That's what you're trying to say? Well, it's lovely to be here, Jake. This is my first time casting T1, so you know, I'm going to say it.
Annyeong people!
Faker.
I just got home, so it is
That's
T1's game
I also want
to
to say
say again and again and again and
T1 just
again.
lost to BLG.
But I don't get it.
Faker had
Because
9 deaths
they already
in that game.
faced GAM Esports
Wow, that is
yesterday.
a lot of deaths.
But
And then I
they're
looked it
going
up,
to face GAM
and
Esports
that
again
is his
today.
record death count. The
Or
only other time he also had 9
maybe
deaths
EWC just
was
decided
versus
to like
the Bros.
first series, divide
But they
first
actually won
series
that game. So this is the highest death count he's
per
ever had
game
in a loss.
in a series.
I
don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, let's just watch it.
Yes.
That's my takeaway.
That's my takeaway.
Okay, I'm lagging.
Before we go into
Why
T1 versus
am I
GAM,
lagging?
I respect that, Jack, and that is a fun
The
stat.
LC casters are all with us, you know,
I mean,
like, they're influencing me.
That's right. We're hanging around them. I'm going to call it the degeneracy, lack of a better word. They're obviously better than that, but they're lovely degenerates, those guys. Obviously, as we go into this game, quick reminder, best of 3, so we are going into Fearless Draft. I think another reminder for people as well is this was a BO1 if you missed out. Early game, first 10, 15 minutes were very strong from GAM, but after that, they're sweeping through T1 as a 5-man stack. I mean, that's a generalist way of putting it, Jack, but it did feel like T1
I just got home from
For sure. I think what GAM wants to do is replicate that early game success, and hopefully they kind of, I think they had some time to review that game, see what went wrong in the macro department, and try to figure out how can we be more on the same tempo, because a lot of the time when we see these weaker teams go up against some of the top teams, it's usually due to how well they play tempo, how fast they play, that you get outmatched on the map. Suddenly T1 has Dragon control, they get the Herald control, and they can just start to snowball those objectives onto you, and you can never kind of grasp that control of the map back. So I think that's really what I'm looking at for GAM, because we saw yesterday that in the individual lanes, they can compete. They even had a solo kill on Faker.
Oh, that's right. I mean, it was Feisty who 2 times over. Oh, sorry, I'm thinking of a different game.
Yeah,
it was
Glory.
It was Glory who 2 times over, because I was in a very similar mind with the Humble Life game. So you're I'm gonna have to apologize for that.
Feisty did also solo kill second.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So we had a couple of solo kills on some Korean goats yesterday, but both those games weren't enough. Now we go into a best of 3. Okay, GAM versus T1. It is going to be first pick here for the side of T1 on this red side.
Game 1?
A common theme so far
I'm not sure.
At this EWC, where red side has been the preference, but first pick has also come with it.
The first 3 Vayne ban, though, is very interesting. It indicates that
we voted for T1,
on
people.
this weak side, relaxing tank, and kind of leave him on his own, because we've seen Vayne do incredibly well when she has a good matchup. We saw yesterday Zest go 14-0, I believe it was, against Leon on the Vayne. So it's a pick that can be incredibly dangerous if left alone, and T1, they don't want to deal with it.
So especially with Doran, with the tank setup that you think is probably going to come through. It was like it's preparation for Doran maybe coming into this game 1 as well. Jay's going to go with Nocturne 2. Oriana's still up and available here, Jack.
Yeah.
I'm throwing out things like the Varus, although not super optimal. Rumble gone instead. Might be GAM fishing for what? Bruiser top matchup as well.
And I do think if T1 now first pick the Oriana, it's going to be GAM looking for the Jarvan.
Okay.
And either the Cassio or the Syndra answer I would expect to go into it. Jarvan really good into Oriana due to the fact that she's immobile. Maybe they also go Jarvan Estral to take away that mobility away from T1. Or they're going to go Camille. I'm a big Camille hater. I'm not going to lie. I have yet to really see the value that this champion
Unless
brings.
it's someone like On or, I mean...
I think it's incredibly difficult to make it work. I think some supports can do it and some teams can do it. And I do think when you're the underdog, going for this hyper-aggressive playstyle, they went to Camille Lee Sin. They're going to try to out-skirmish T1 at every step of the way. But if this game goes to 30 minutes and T1 is not far behind, it's going to be comfortable for T1 to play the fight.
I was going to say, the major problem with the Camille, right, is how do you get yourself into the mid-game? Do you have a lead or not? And that really dictates how well she's going to play it out. Lee Sin going to go with it as well, so a lot of skirmishing here already for GAM. Other side, pretty stock standard for T1. Owner on a Vi, always good
Owner
news.
with his signature jacket pose.
Is the pivot going to be towards top or a support match?
Yeah, I think a Gnar pick makes a lot of sense there. You have a very comfortable blind pick. You have a really strong top side. It's really all about scaling being the name of the game here for T1. We'll have to see if Glory, remember Tristana yesterday? That Zest tried to pull out. It didn't quite work against Zeus, but maybe they want to try to pull it out against Doran. Currently they're hovering the Zoe, which would be pretty crazy. We haven't seen that champion in a while. I think his Syndra pick is a lot more standard. It makes a lot of sense. You really want to have some CC to set Lee Sin's queue up for success. And they lock in the Syndra as we head into second bounce.
Means that the setup so far for GAM is pretty good, right? Again, an aggressive comp. If I was looking at the LPL, I would say that, you know, this is a very BLG AL style of comp. But running into T1, maybe that's just the magic, isn't it? We already talked about Doran picking up the Gnar in the top lane. Talia's going to be taken away, which means that Gam are kind of assuming that Pei's going to be pulling out a mage bot and at least something with more CC control to layer for game 1.
Yeah, I think especially when you have the Vi and the Gnar, you have enough AD damage that allows to pick any sort of AP bot. We saw Pace on the Talia yesterday up against Gam do incredibly well. They played the Talia Shen and made that work. And also Vi, Talia is such a good combo since Vi sets up the Talia shuffle so well. They actually choose to ban out both the Talia and the Shen, the exact bot lane that T1 played against them yesterday. So they don't want to play against that once more.
And they were watching through, they're like, no way are we going to let Carrier make those roams again on that Shen. Respect it over to Gam as Ambess is taken away. Usually I'd be saying that they're just getting rid of some of the pairing options, but it does feel like options into Gnar right now, giving Doran a bit of comfortability when I think he has been the weakest link. Yeah. Excluding Faker's last game, but overall is a big priority here for T1.
Makes a lot of sense to just take away some of those more aggressive top laners that's going to try to punish that Gnar. Mbessa being really good in general into T1's comp to give Gam more reach, more follow-up.
This is not a replay,
to see what Artemis looks in here. I could see something like the Jhin to just have more follow-up for the rest of his carries. You kind of want some sort of utility because you have very little CC thus far. I think Caitlyn, Camille, while you can have a strong bully lane with it, I think it can be difficult. Jhin, Varus, both make a lot of sense. You have that CC, you have that long range, and you have the utility to help out your team.
I like it so far from Gam, really playing off it. They're going to have counter pick as well, and that counter pick is going to go towards the top lane. Remember again that this can be a Varus top as an option. Into the Gnar in the past has been a really good option, so I love that we're leaving on a flexible pick here for Gam. On the other side, T1, what's going to be in the bottom lane? Remember, Ori can also play bot, but
I mean, Syndra could also play bot if it's
also
Cassio.
true. This meta,
so
bro.
There's a lot of flex potential here. As Pace locks in the Cassiopeia, we've seen it. Pretty good success so far this tournament. I feel like a lot of the Cassios have been very strong, even though I don't think they've actually been winning a lot. It's just been a very strong champion, really good early game, really good scaling, and pairing it up with the Leona. We've seen the Leona so much now into the Camille, and I feel like the Leona always is looking favored. You just outscale so incredibly fast. Once you get that level 6, you have so much CC, so much setup, and Cassio being really good into Camille as well, just being able to lock her down with the miasma.
Yeah,
and the question is, Gam, as they finalize the draft, how are they going to stay out of that lockdown? Is it going to be Varus bot or Syndra bot or something else?
They have a lot of options here.
So
I would assume. Oh,
I'm fixing my stream.
Yeah, Varus top 6 bot and Syndra mid.
Yep.
So they're trying to punish Doran. That seems to be their game plan here. They're definitely going to be playing up towards top side. I would assume that in the early game, Taki and Artemis might fight a little bit, just due to the fact that Taki's playing the Camille. But then after level 3, especially after Artemis gets that lost chapter, that's when we're really
Why do I feel like
this
is just a
Camille,
replay?
trying to punish Faker, trying to punish Doran, and maybe invade Owner alongside Drakthar.
Let's see how these lanes go, because
This is
seems
not a
very lane dependent here, Jack,
replay,
for Gam. Running into
just
T1
check
for
the
game number
schedule
1,
for
shot
today.
them, bring those 15 minutes into fruition like they did yesterday.
Day
and turn
2,
this best
T1
of
versus
one into a game 1
BLG.
start for them. They're the underdogs, but T1 haven't been on
Why
their best
aren't
legs
they competing
recently.
with Gam?
Oh, say the same thing, you know,
maybe
losing to
this
G2
is
was
the
unexpected for a lot
5th
of
game?
fans. BLG going to a 5-game series and then dropping it at the very end. T1
I
have to
think
prove that they're still up in the top leagues, because right now, if they cannot take this elimination series, questions will be asked going into summer.
And Gam has picked an incredibly explosive composition. They want to snowball in the early game, put Doran behind, try to gank Faker, try to make things happen around this weak early game Vi, and just in general get themselves ahead so that they always either have a numbers advantage or a gold lead going into the skirmishes. Because if we go into team fights at 25 minutes, 30 minutes, and the gold is 30 minutes, and the gold is incredibly difficult for Gam to be able to find their victory.
For Gam, their
This
key
is
crushed
the
online,
live,
so
this is live,
T1's loser. Loses the key and all merits. Faker on Orianna.
So maybe
for
this is
game
a
number
decider
1.
map.
He is 91 and 33.
Because, you know, I'm a bit late
Faker
because I
always
came
has a
from
better
work.
win rate, you know that. But Orianna at one of the best at 73% after 124 games. There is no one else like him. There never has been and there never will be as we get on to Summoner's Rift. T1 versus Gam.
And would this be the greatest upset of all time?
This would be up there in the rankings. This would definitely be one of the greatest upsets. G2
How do they
versus
do
T1 was one of the greatest upsets in an international of all time.
No.
Don't you think?
I mean, it was an
I don't know,
upset.
But they love the lower bracket. T1 don't care. They love the lower bracket.
But it's T1 at MSI. It's not T1 at Worlds. If it was T1 at Worlds, I would agree with you.
I mean, yeah, okay. That's completely
why is the
fair.
caster like
Faker in trouble. Hookshot.
Oh!
Halo Blaze Ignite down Faker.
Gam Esports trying to be aggressive
A level 1 game
on level
from
1.
Hell itself came knocking at Faker's door.
And Gam understand their team composition so incredibly well. They cannot rest on their laurels. They need to continuously fight no matter what. Taki is going to miss out on a lot of XP. And I think even Artemis getting zoned a little bit in bot lane here as well. So that is going to put them behind. But it chunks Faker out.
They're trying to be aggressive with
and now he's
Faker.
incredibly
Come
vulnerable
on.
if Drakthar wants to go for an early gank.
Glory's got a good opportunity here. Let's see how that lane develops. Mid going to be under wraps for now as Artemis. He did, of course, start that lane solo as Taki came down. I don't think Taki missed too much experience here, Jack, because I see XP bars the same down in that 2v2.
They definitely missed a bit. The question is if Artemis was able to get all 3 melees. I do think...
You think he missed?
We'll have to see if this ends up being worth it. I think it could end up backfiring for Gam with how far they might fall behind in bots, especially with the fact that since you're playing the Camille, you really want to be able to continuously fight. But now you're putting all the eggs into the mid lane basket and top lane, I suppose.
Let's not also forget that with mid going well, we also have the dilemma of top. More pressure points on the map for Gam is always going to be better when you have these winning lanes.
Yeah. Yeah, here wants to continue to poke down Doran, get those plates.
Wall shot, nice engage. Pays takes the chunk with a satchel charge as well. Artemis layered, good.
Great trade from Gam, chunking down Pays. Pays gets a little bit of return damage onto Taki, but it's not too much.
So
they recovered very nicely here, even with the roam, with the fact that they're a little bit down in the XP. The fact that they're able to get those trades makes it so that the lane is a little bit more equal. And they can start to fight again.
Spacing from Faker, nice as we return back to mid. Glory with the Dark Sphere, not able to land on the target. Faker, remember that flash to be abused, but also Glory still has TP. It's refillable for the back for Faker as he returns back into the mid lane, where Glory still has the versatility, where he still has a reset yet to go.
Gam need to be careful here. Owner knows about the ward, still gets spotted. I think Gam, they realize this.
Taki, but he's face checking into Tri-Brush. Owner spotted out, hookshot, wall shot.
Taki escaped.
Taki thinking he can get on out, and he does, but he gets chunked heavy.
Good play from Taki there. He realized that Owner was coming, but that he would still be fine with the hook shot. It does, however, mean, due to the fact that he got chunked, that Drakthar is going to have a hard time contesting these Raptors now. Even Pace moving up. Looks like Drakthar is just going to have to give over the Raptors, which is a pretty tragic start for the Lee Sin, especially the Lee Sin Camille that really want to skirmish early up against this Vi Leona.
Yeah.
Nice dodge.
Really nice early game from Owner.
Meanwhile, we go back.
Doran!
He just walked.
Doran!
Oh! What is Doran doing? Faker missing out from the Sonic Wave. He's
yeah, what is he doing?
Damage still enough. Remember, he has
runs away. But take him down.
Well, they get Glory on the return, but as Gam look for the chase, Sonic Wave
by
misses.
Taki.
But now 3 versus 2, it's T1.
Just trade. Come on, you can still get him. Sorry, this is T1 biased. T1 biased.
The fight's up from Zenith Blade.
Oh!
The hook shot, wall shot out.
A question mark emote from Carrier. So cute. Let's go.
And it's Pace's move that
nice
pays
turn.
off
Nice
there
turn,
for
T1, by the
T1.
way.
He gives them the numbers advantage. So despite the fact that Faker doesn't have flash, they're still able to make it a winning fight for T1 and get those kills onto Owner and Pace.
Yeah, agreed.
What a play. Jack will get a replay. It's going to be up to you to take me through that because Pace and Owner getting gold value here in this game. And Gam, let's stop here the play. I want your opinion on this because it does feel like after the solo kill top and after the flash that should have been abused from Faker, he lived too damn long for that.
Yeah, the fact that Faker was able to buy so much time really hurt them. The bright light for Gam is this top lane with 700 gold, but let's watch the replay here as it starts off with Carrier getting onto Glory with the Zenith Blade. He stuns him down, but Faker has no flash. But the Drakthar missing the Q makes it so that he has to flash onto Faker, and then Pace flashes over the wall, gets the Q onto 2, and he's able to just spam those Twin Fangs and able to do so much damage.
Look at Carrier's emote
as well. And then Carrier
in a bit.
with a little cherry on top, flashes forward, but
now
we're watching top.
This is a POV.
This is just greedy from Doran, walking back up here, wants to go for the XP.
This is the replay POV, by the way, if you're wondering.
Yeah, it was really well played. Why the GAM top laner.
This obviously happened before the big play in bot because I feel like T1 really found their way back into the game from that. Jack, gold is even as well, by the way. So while top is 700 in the lead, Pays moves to 400. Owner with a huge lead over Drakthar right now, and that Lee Sin missing a couple of Qs really cost GAM big.
Let's see.
The fact that Pace as well, even though he moved for a minute straight, is up in CS.
Oh yeah.
He's really hurting GAM.
Okay, Carrier initiating the engagement there.
Owner finds him with a Vault Breaker in. Taki can't hook shot. Owner's at 3. Drakthar over the wall just watching.
Oh!
It's a shielded Daybreaker.
Figure with an Alpha.
But Glory getting hit hard.
But,
Faker with no mana to follow up for another round of rotation.
My skill
is big, and Owner
no,
is
they
now
can
dominating.
They can just get the dragon.
They're not beating the Camilla's useless allegations, I'm afraid. No, the champion is it's too hit or miss. It's so difficult to pull off as now Glory's in trouble.
Oh no, Glory!
Again. He did it in the best
okay. Come on.
It's deja vu as Faker's just getting the clockwork wind up. The auto attack's going to do it. Command attack, unleash a
oh, nice one.
On the Faker.
And Carrier, he's everywhere on the map, setting up T1 for success. And it's only top lane left for GAM. The rest of the map is on fire as T1 pick up the Mountain Dragon.
1,000 lead here for Owner, Mountain to start. And Doran's probably like, at least the rest of the map is going fantastically now for T1.
Yeah. And that does allow Doran to eventually get some respite, as we'll see Carrier and Owner open up towards that top side now. And I do think they can just leave Pace alone and try to help Doran recover. Kiaya still does not have the flash for another 60 seconds.
Yep.
So that definitely could be an angle if Carrier and Owner want to look for it.
Glory is playing mega safe. Wave's in a horrible state, Jack. Taki's coming down to match the roam, constantly out of lane, but Carrier's going to find him first. Zenith Blade mixes up for the hook shot, wall shot, and Owner's here for the Vault Breaker, expecting Taki to take the upwards route. He goes down instead, and that saves his life.
Carrier just keeps canceling these hook shots, making it so hard for Taki to play, as Doran all-inning onto Artemis.
Okay, he's getting some autos down. Such a charge going to save Artemis' life. Meanwhile, pings are going down on the top. T1 want to keep this game fast-paced. GAM looking to match.
T1 are looking. Drakthar might be in trouble. Carrier Hex flashing. Is he going to go for it?
Just a blue buff and steal, take away, start the grubs. Kiaya moving in. Chains of Corruption misses. Tries to find it over the wall. GAM top laner now without a charge in that ulti.
But T1 are split. Carrier has no flash here. He might just get stuck in the pit. Kiaya can just hit him over the...
He's poked.
Oh, he got his flash just up.
Just came up then.
What the?
Good point, Jack, as GAM do get the grubs in the meanwhile, but Doran is left isolated against the turret bot.
Okay.
That's 3 grubs for Drakthar.
The White Grub ended off with
Doran able to close that gold lead now, getting those plates on bot. So despite the fact that GAM make a good proactive play, it's still a cross map for T1. Continuing to build that gold lead now, 1,000 up for T1.
Good dodge there from Faker. Gold lead, 1,000 as you mentioned. It is sitting largely on Owner, who just hit level 7, half a level above Drakthar right now. First item's not on the board just yet. We're looking at Kiai to be one of the first, but Owner, there you go. Of course he will be the first with such a lead. Sundered Sky picked up. Big Vi here.
9 minutes Sundered Sky.
It's kind of crazy, yeah.
This is a very scary Vi here. I think any sort of skirmishes right now for GAM. If Owner is involved, it's going to be difficult for them to win it. Really need Drakthar to match that item. Or Glory to get his, or you can try to pivot and just play around Kiaya, which I think would make the most sense for GAM, because trying to match any equal numbers fight around mid lane looks pretty damn difficult right now, as Faker used the Shockwave.
Yeah, I guess just a hard push the wave, neutralize. He's got TP, he's going to back away. Probably get closer, lost chapter plus components here, Jack.
It's a pretty low cooldown, and still 2 minutes to Dragon. So just invest that to chunk Taki out a bit, and now bases and TP's back.
And I'm going to take Scuttle. CS lead as well, brewing in the jungle, looking a little bit deep against Taki. This is Camille constantly on the roam we talked about. Bot laners who have been left isolated still pays his favor, equal in CS with the kill making the difference of 300 and a bit. And Jack, 145, second Dragon for T1, going to be on the horizon here as Owner tries to abuse the Ziggs.
But Artemis looks like he's in trouble here. They have full vision of enemy jungler, and they know where enemy support is. I mean, Artemis is going to need a miracle to try to outplay this one.
He tried to clear the wave, he does so, but they're not going to need a wave. Cease and desist for a Ziggs under Tara, petrifying gaze, puts him in place, locks him down, and Owner is jungle diffing game 1.
It's an easy play.
Game
T1
1, meaning this is a series.
They know
Maybe
where
this
Gam
is
is.
BO3.
Artemis is
Because
stuck
this is
under tower,
elimination
no way out.
round.
If he takes this,
Okay.
T1 is still here, stunned up. Noxious Blast from Pays. He's low on mana. They have a ward to spot that out. T1 are running away. Gam still on the pursuit.
Faker's
Chasing
moving.
the tail versus 3. Faker's going to make 4. In the
Okay.
thick of it, that's not
Owner
what they want.
again.
T1 is
He's
gonna
on
take
wrong
another.
page. Let's go.
The miasma of pain for Gam to deal with. They commit double TP, but T1 still have numbers. Scale of the week not bad onto Faker, but Draktar with the Sonic Wave will not be concluding with a resonating strike. It's T1 who walk away heads held high.
And Gam, they feel the desperation, investing both teleports after Taki dies. There's just no play. You have no CC once the Camille falls. They still try to go for it.
Kiaya, not in trouble. It's a TP. Now he is.
Oh, he spots it.
As he runs back, he's not that fast. Taki going to come and help out. Chance Corruption dodge pays. What a proto belt. The miasma down, the poison laid bare, the twin fang in. The exhaust helping out. Makes it a trade for a shutdown. Taki now right in the middle of Doran, but he's going to go mega, even though Glory's coming in. I'm scared as he flushes away the unleashed power. Clutch here from Taki to survive. But Doran leaps out before Glory can get another rotation.
A great escape by Doran there. Kiaya being able to trade 1-for-1 against Pace, getting that shutdown.
Oh, Faker didn't check the other push. Mega on third, Bobby's at half HP. Faker in trouble. The minefield, the sabotage pops him back, and Draktar is going to clean house. A rough day here for Faker as he finds his second death. 11th in total for day 2 at EWC.
Okay, some good return plays for Gam here as they're able to get some gold on the board, equalize that gold lead, but it's still T1 with an advantage as they pick up their second dragon. We'll watch the replayer of the top fight. A beautiful proto belt by Pace to get away. But Kiaya has the exhaust, he has the damage.
Okay.
Trade 1-for-1 with Pace. And then Taki trying
to
get Doran in.
Oh, he gets a double kill, maybe?
It's
it's just
Doran
his
flashes, he dashes, and he gets out.
Great reaction time though from Taki. That was really pixel perfect here from the Camille. As for now, Dragon was taken in the replay. It was 2 for T1, or rather is. So it must have been Owner who walked down. We didn't get to quite see that one, but I'm assuming we saw the game. Did we see it? No,
yeah,
it's blind.
Oh. What?
And we're going to go for a pause. Glory is not going to get Shockwave, by the way. Faker has half the cooldown on that remaining, so there's no Shockwave to follow up, but the minion wave is left with 2, I think.
Yeah. And it's not the start that Gam were looking for with this team comp. It's been an explosive game, but mostly in T1's favor. And especially considering how the compositions function against each other, it's going to be difficult for Gam to team fight as the game progresses later and later.
Look at Owner's face.
I think their biggest silver lining is Kiaya. He still holds onto his gold lead and can look to play the side lane, can look to be the team fight threat, to actually carry Gam to a victory.
I've been told Glory has a mouse problem, so that's what we're waiting for. We're just going to fix that one. He walked up, maybe his right click is stuck because he clicked the turret.
Could be, yeah.
He didn't want to click the turret. No.
Sometimes my mouse bugs out a bit and it just like doesn't register.
I love the transition.
That's the same problem.
Especially if it's like a Bluetooth mice, that can happen.
Everyone loves T1, but everyone also loves the Gam underdog.
Isn't the optimum performance wide though?
It's so cute.
Yeah, these days it's nearly the same.
It can't be. But if it's so minimal, if it's like 100 milliseconds more or less, I don't know how much.
Maybe that's why I was bad in LEC. I was using Bluetooth mice.
That's right. Bro.
I need to ask Kansama what he's using.
He's definitely not using Bluetooth, bro.
You don't think so?
He's wired in with those.
Why do they look so serious?
NASA has.
It's
bro, if you want to play perfect League of
bro.
Legends,
I think that's Viper. I don't know if Kansama's got that.
True. Well, that's the difference. That's the gap between the regions.
Yeah.
Mice problem. T1, they always use fiber optics mice. I'm assuming that's fast. I don't really know much about cabling.
I don't think it matters. I think it's like 1 millisecond anyways.
Surely for someone like Faker that matters. He's played for so long.
So
if something's off by like
they've been
a
given
millisecond or 10,
that
let's say more realistic.
paper or
He would
poster
100%
and
play
they can
different.
just fill
Don't
in
you
real
think?
10
right?
milliseconds maybe.
He's done the
But
same
10
thing for about
Who they're
100,000
voting
hours.
for.
at this
But 1
But
millisecond
who
is
they're
like,
rooting for,
there's
right?
no way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Cool.
Bro. I think you're
Nice work,
down
EWC.
I don't doubt Faker. I'm just saying 1 millisecond is such a small
I did
amount
say
of time.
10. I said 10 milliseconds.
You said 1 and then you said 10.
Yeah, I can't change it because 1 millisecond is stupid. Like.
Yeah, 1 millisecond is... But I think, like, for example, if you go from 40 ping to 50 ping, or actually that one is not as well. If you go from 0 ping to 10 ping, probably you would.
That's
be able
more
to notice
egregious than 40 to 50.
Yeah, because that's a smaller percentage difference, right?
Okay, yeah, I get it.
Although technically 0 to 10 would be.
Do you like stage? Like, do you prefer? Because I've heard some people prefer a bit of ping. Like on stage is land right, so it's 0, so it's perfect timing. Does it feel weird coming from solo queue to
I mean, I was always choking like crazy on stage. So
but was that you or the ping?
That was just me. I was just like nervous and bad.
We should have had a caster match. You could have.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I always felt like my mouse was wrong on stage. I don't know if it was a mental thing or if there was actually something wrong.
And you used
but it
the
felt
same
like
mouse from home, right?
I used the same mouse as home, but it was just the refresh rate on the monitor. For me, it just felt something always felt off. But for the blue buff now. And T1, they look like they want to contest. Carry is level 6.
Sonic Wave just used. Taki's going to go in. Hookshot, wallshot, carry at half HP, but it's okay. The Zenith Blades and Solar Flares look for an escape. Pace is there.
Okay, is this the momentum of Gam? They can get phase! Yeah, of course!
Left alone to die.
And T1 a little bit over-eager on this play.
Yeah.
They're not able to match the numbers due to the fact that Doran's TP is still down for a few seconds. So that allows Gam to pick up another kill onto Pace, and Doran gets some plates in return.
And there is some big gold to take away. Before, it was Faker who lost his gold, I believe. Owner still, you would assume, is shut down to Sonic Wave. Not going to be hitting. Owner's just going to catch a wave in the meantime as well. Still big jungle CS lead and gold leaders. We look towards top. Shockwave going to be used. That helps get the cannon as well, I believe, at the back end.
Quite a few poking shockwaves used by Faker in this game. Yeah. Just trying to chunk Glory down, get some lane pressure. As we watch the replay here, it starts off with T1 wanting to go for this blue buff. And it's just the fact that Doran has no tele while Kiaya has his. It allows them to get a 5 versus 4. Pace tries to Proto Belt the Varus ultimate once again. Not able to get away from the Chains of Corruption. And he ends up falling
They want to
down.
secure a kill.
Indeed he does. So,
Gam wants to secure a kill there.
Dragon coming up in 2:30, but it's Herald now, the contest in 10 seconds. Being pushed through mid is Gam. As 3 congregate, see what they do next. Top lane being dealt with Glory. This is the TV flank. Kiaya up against the wall. It's clean from Doran. He doesn't stay to chat. He knows the Varus with uptime is going to win out in the long run. So now that Doran's here with a shield on his head, Chains of Corruption going to be used, but Faker's nowhere near. Kiaya is a free kill. Top side might have to be Gam port a call because bot is now open.
Great play by Faker there.
Look at Glory's camera.
Takes him down.
Their logo looks like...
They want to try to go for the cross map Herald, but they don't have time. T1 has already moved all the
Gam's
way back
logo
up.
looks like a crown.
Now TPing in.
Yeah. I mean, sorry, Glory.
He's going to be small for a while.
It looks like he has
Herald's
a
going to
wing.
reset after Gam. Give it up, but bot is going to go.
I mean, a crown that looks like a wing.
Gets the much needed gold while the top push from Glory. He's going to have to TP out of there after finding himself, not the turret, but close to. Goes to mid instead. As T1 can start up this Herald.
But T1 are controlling every side of the map right now. They make their bolt play, Faker gets his deep push, and they still defend the Herald, force Glory to TP away. They're pushing in every single lane, just choking Gam out, making it so incredibly difficult for them to play while getting plates all across the board.
I feel like we saw this in the BLG game as well, even though it was a loss. Like, it's this 15-20 minute mark when lanes end and people start roaming. T1 always faster on the play. Their rotations and their resets always better.
T1 macro is incredibly good.
Yes.
I remember back when I was still playing, we studied a lot of Faker votes to see how he overloaded on side, how well he used his tempo. I think he's one of the smartest players. I mean, pretty self-evident, I'd say one of the smartest players we have playing this game.
So many people talked about him. It's just, we're always just overlapping all the compliments, aren't we? And Doran, he's going into Mega Gnar. Owner's coming up, spotted on the ward, hopping forward. Doran happy to take the damage if it threatens out Kiaya. Owner clears the ward and now hovers in fog of war. Tucky coming to roam and match with the Hextech Ultimatum now as well. Carrier looking for an angle. Drakthar misses the Sonic Wave. Sped up by the distance from Faker. Glory drops a spear, but Gam have more here for now. Owner, he moved around, and this is because Dragon's up in 5 seconds. It's third drag for T1. Gam need an angle.
You want to have full control here. And Taki does have the Sundered Sky, but he still has no boots. So he gets CC'd by Carrier, no Merc Treads. He's not moving anywhere. As T1 decide to pull.
Sonic Wave kick. Oh, it's in the wall. Pays. Dodging out from the Proto Belt. Now Drakthar is in the middle of no man's land. This sets up the play in
Can
the third
he
track. I feel
escape?
like Sabotage going to help out in the mid from what I saw, but Draktar, as he takes a couple of turret shots, he's dead. It's just a who at this point.
I don't think he
going
can.
to try and get that wave in to help.
Faker, come on, he's there.
Jack, he's okay. Thanks to
There's
Gam
no
getting
vision.
topside pro. They're going to move out, but they are going to lose this third Drake.
Pace's proto belt this game has had such incredible value.
Very true.
Dodges out on the insect there. We've seen him dodge the Chains of Corruption, and it just allows him to play so much more forward because he doesn't have to worry about all these threats. It's now Artemis in trouble.
Vision assist, grounded, petrifying.
Nice
gaze,
one.
the Casio. Absolutely
Wrong
venomous.
turn, bro.
I don't know what Artemis was thinking there. He wanted to go bot lane to try to farm. I mean, going into the jungle at this point when your team is all basing.
Okay.
And when they were just topside as a four-man group getting deep vision as well, right?
Yeah, big mistake by Artemis there. That leads into a Herald on mid lane. And a lot of damage onto that mid tower that Ziggs so desperately wants to protect.
Kerry's going to spot out that Draktar is on these wolves. Gets deep vision around the top side now to cover for Faker's entrance towards this outer turret. Mid almost dropping. One more plate and a bit left remaining. And gold for T1 only 2,000, but a very dangerous game right now for Gam as they face Salt Point in 4 minutes as Baron comes up so that one more mistake will slice the head off of this series.
Yeah, there's two big dangers for Gam right now. First of all is the team comp gap.
Yeah.
T1 has such an easy time engaging. You have the Vi ult, you have the Leon ult. While for Gam, it's a lot harder to pull off. You need a great scatter the weak, you need Taki to be able to find someone, Draktar to find an insect, or Kiaya to be able to find a great Chains of Corruption or make a play on side lane. And then you're also staring down a soul point for T1. If they can get that Cloud Soul, it makes it even harder for Gam to be able to get any of those win conditions down, which then also forces Gam to constantly match T1 and look to teamfight them, which prevents Kiaya from being able to be that split push threat and try to go 1v1 against Dorn.
Trying to get his own blue buff. Gam found out.
Okay.
Get Draktar as well.
Kerry is selling the clash. Can they get the two? Or can they get one? Owner, don't die, please. Okay.
Draktar with a Q. Enough energy to find someone.
Okay.
The bouncing bomb does a bit of damage, but it's not enough. T1 get the hell out of dodge after trying to be a nuisance in that blue side jungle again.
And Owner is a magician. Getting out of the tower there. He was so deep after Draktar kicked him deeper in, but he was able to get out with how tanky he is. He's so strong. 2 items completed already. Allows him to survive so many tower shots.
It's too early, but I'm sleeping already because maybe I'm
the extra
tired
health
from
is
work.
Black Cleaver.
Yeah, please bear with me.
Really
I
helped
don't
probably
have
save the day. That second item already.
Energy right
Back
now. But I'm still
and he's on a longsword only.
Oh, no.
But we'll have a little bit
I
more.
won't
But I guess Black Cleaver
comment.
was
I
only
won't
just
give
completed. And speaking of 2 items, really for everyone in T1 outside of
tomorrow,
Doran are going to be standing there.
I'm just going to
Baron
react
now up 2 minutes till that
what is
Dragon
happening
Soul
in
for
the
them.
game.
And Gam struggling relentlessly to try and defend and clear their own side of the jungle.
2 minutes to this Cloud Dragon. That's what T1 are waiting for. No real Nash threat. I do say that, but T1 do have a tendency to just randomly rush the Nash. They do have a lot of damage.
They have a Cassiopeia.
They have a Cassiopeia.
Yep.
Even Nara as well does quite a bit. Vi as well. So they can look towards the Nash. And they are pinging it. I think they might just start it, Jake.
Now, you know what, Jack? Your timing could not be better. Draktar is on the bottom side of the map. I don't know if he's spotted out, but if he pops out of that bush, Doran will have enough information. And they will go. Taki. It's going to be a blind vault breaker if it's anything. But Owner's going to walk away. Carrier with him as well. The CC duo just take a step back.
I
mean, T1 have an incredibly...
Okay!
Taki has a what?
Yes, good.
Yeah, half HP.
Good thing.
Out, big top push.
It's Camille.
So pressure's still there, but we hold for now and resets need to come through because a minute till Drake.
Yeah. Really easy for T1 to just play for this Dragon. They now have full topside control, which also then allows them to pressure both the Nash and the Drake at the same time. So if Gam go too deep for Drake control here, T1 can say, oh, we don't care. That's just a Cloud Dragon for you guys. And then we go Nash ourselves. But it's so difficult for Gam to try to face check here. They're putting 5 people on mid, but both Taki and Draktar are not tanky enough to survive the initial engage from
again. Ball breaker into Taki. He flashes instead.
Okay, Taki with a flash. Oh, wait. This isn't looking good for T1, but maybe they can just turn the game and we'll see. Okay, traded. Oh, with a flash. No. They're on tower.
But T1 have done the job. Yes, it's messy, but more members stand on the right side.
A great fight for T1. Faker got a little bit too hyphy there, flashing forward under tower, but they should be able to back off, have Faker TP back in, and play for this dragon. The only thing is Owner being down means no smite for T1.
Yeah.
So they need to either zone Drakthar off or just wait for Owner to respawn.
5 seconds, it's going to be a slow start. T1 trying to flinch or at least make Gam flinch in the process, but they're not walking down, they're not checking. And now spotted on the top side, Cam. An easy soul hit for T1. But Paze is just waiting. Drakthar is trying to clear top side. But Owner, instead of going for the smite, says, you know what, I'm going to stop this guy. No business being here. Taki going to run into Paze. Scalloway from
okay, while the other two what?
Not used. Instead it came through as his dying breath.
Okay, let's see if they can still turn this 4v2. Not really looking good for T1. Kerry gonna be taken down by Kiaya.
At least for the cost of soul, it's an explosive fight for Gam.
But T1 try to go for 2 plays at the same time.
Yeah.
They lose 2 members, and Gam, they need to convert this into a Nash if it's going to be a game-saving play. Because if you're losing the soul and you're only getting 2, it's not good enough. But they want to keep
get the dragon while they're fighting on top.
T1 are too fast with the Cloud Soul. You need to go for this Baron Nasher. And we'll see if Owner can be able to try to get a steal or get into
and now Gom's trying to get the Baron now.
Walking very quickly towards that bottom side of the
we'll
map.
see
Scatter the weak. Faker with the low mana bar to take note of as Gam trying to be resilient around this Baron. Keep T1 from stepping in. Doran with the Mega Naba is building up ever so slowly.
It's a 5v5 dash for Baron. Let's see if T1 can steal this. Oh!
It's easy as that for Doran.
Come on, Faker.
And Owner going forward without a bit of damage to his name. Glory scatters one, but not the other.
Glory, goodbye.
Not for your turrets.
Nice
one. In his pocket. And Baron and T1 will not be defeated.
And Gam knew that they needed to go for the Nash. It was their only play, but T1 are inevitable. They take
maybe he knows the fate.
They will take down the Nash. And now with Baron Nasher, with Soul, it is looking
guys, this is just game 1. I think there's another game. Like, just build.
Pivot the Shockwave, gets it onto 3, hits the rock.
Run, let's go!
Watching Paze on the rearview mirror where Paze was following up. I think accidentally pressed Sonya's. His petrifying gaze was good as well. But it's just antics here. T1 using that jungle lead so well. Paze is clawing through the enemy composition. And Jack, 4.5k gold lead, Baron now acquired. It does feel like all the resistance from Gam has, unfortunately, led to T1 being in the driver's seat.
Yeah. It's trying to find a silver lining here for Gam. Kiaya looked good. I think at this point,
to be fair,
Gam are thinking about game 2 just as much as we are.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, mid was a bit of a slog.
Yeah.
You know, and it wasn't like the game was over until...
It's over.
Well, until that fight. Now, very different beast as Owner's just safeguarding the mid push and top push alike. Bot is going to be run through by Kiaya, but Doran is now in the base. One Nexus turret, or rather inhibitor turret, to fall first. That soon will be there. Owner finds himself a cease and desist on top of Glory. He can't move the Syndra with no movability. Dead first. T1 running through the front door. Is Taki going to join him? Artemis flashes away from the Soul Flame. The Xenoblade will survive, but he's stuck getting kills fast. Mega Bomb jumped away by Doran. And the Sonic Wave again. It just hasn't been connecting this game as Draktar's leads in. Leaves a little bit to be desired. But the base will fall and crumble in T1's favor regardless with the TP in with Baron. It's T1 trying to end this game 1 here.
T1 want to end it right here, right now. They have the Baron minions. They have the numbers. It's 5 versus 3.
Flash, Shockwave, okay, connect on Draktar on the way through. Carrier, it's good enough. T1 run through, 5 members still alive. Carrier just standing his ground, hoping to watch the Nexus fall in person. With a petrifying gaze from Paze to Pepper on top. He still dies. It still looks messy, but at the end of the day, all that matters is the Nexus fall, which won't be able to do right now, even with the Baron. T1 running for their lives. Low health bars it up for Gam to hold on for yet another fight.
And Gam survive. They defend the Nexus. Although Faker has TP.
The game isn't over.
They've got another minion wave soon to beat. I don't know if it's going to matter at all. Drakthar runs on in.
Okay, nice game, GG's.
Glory gets a return kill, but T1 will get the Nexus. The 50 gold that goes with it as well, Jack, and get one step closer to qualifying here as Doran gets a pullback.
Doran!
The fountain laser. T1 messily, but securely take game one.
Gam, they fought valiantly. They tried to find their way back in the game, but T1 had control from minute one. They stacked up the dragons, they got the soul, they got the
because
Nash,
they did not do the round.
and they finished in clean, pretty clean.
Clean enough. I think it was messy because of the comp, but also
messy but convincing, I would say.
Yeah,
I like
messy
that.
but
I like
convincing.
that. And I think overall, I mean, you can
Good Lord, let's go, Doran!
Doran had a much better performance to what we've kind of been saying so far. This play especially, Jack, was a big moment for Doran, but from T1, as always.
Doran, let's
Doran got
go.
solo killed, which was his biggest mistake, but after that he recovered well.
It's a hard
He
game.
didn't fall behind anymore. He was able to have some good team fights for T1 to secure
T1
them
looks
the
so
victory.
serious. I don't know why.
Well, one step away from qualifying and knocking
Didn't they
Gam
enjoy
out.
the game?
MCOY was one thing in a BO1, but T1 something else as they find their victory in game one.
Thank you very much. As Derek says, yes, it is T1 getting game one under their belts against GAM Esports. GAM time was there for a little bit, and it stuck around for much longer than what a lot of people thought. But ultimately, they fall in 27 minutes in a fast little sharp, look at that gold graph, a sharp little dip there.
I mean, we asked for GAM to play a little bit more aggro, to keep basically the theme that we've known them and push T1 to their limit. BLG managed to take them down with the exact same way, and GAM tried their best, but I feel like the discipline is what makes T1 come up on top.
But for me, it feels like the draft plan from GAM was kind of wrong in terms of like how they want to play through the bot side.
Okay,
because
guys,
I feel
it's
like
break
people
time.
kind of figured out how to play against Ziggs bot lane.
I'll take my
because
break
I think
as well.
if you're playing Ziggs, you kind of want to make the bot lane boring, and you just push the lane, delete the lane, and you let
me
your
just
support
take a nap,
just
okay?
play the mid lane. But I think this
I'll
time
take a nap,
around, we already figured
and
out
then
in the
I'll
EWC
react
that
again
Cassiopeia
when the
bot
game
lane is
starts.
the answer
The game
into
is-
it, and the make
Yeah,
game really hard
guys.
for Ziggs bot lane.
Yeah, nice to see that little adaptation here by the squad in terms of the draft. And we start with a replay that you had requested.
I
You
feel like
wanted to
I
see,
have to buy a pillow that I
specific
can
play
just
in a
use
specific
when I
moment.
want to
Yeah,
take a
absolutely.
nap
I
on
feel
my
like Owner
table.
popped off with the vibe. It was a very great deal from Drakthar on what he did on his listen. So if we can play the replay right here, thank you so much, production. You see Drakthar has actually cleared, as we play this one, he's cleared his bot side jungle heading towards the top side. What we don't see right here is that he has an extra longsword in his inventory, and Owner hasn't actually backed. So what Drakthar is thinking right here is that Owner is going to fully clear like we know him, and with the extra longsword on that Lee Sin, he's looking for potentially a fight. If Lee Sin can open and Vi not from Fog of War, he has the advantage on a 1v1 or a 2v2.
So in theory, he really wanted to take the fight on the bot side, but in fact, as I said, Ziggs cannot outpush the Cassio in lane, so T1 has the bot priority here, so they cannot really actually fight for the bot lane here.
And if you look on your minimap as well, Leona all the way pushed in the jungle, Cassio, as you mentioned, all the way pushed in the jungle. So Drakthar was really looking for that fight versus Owner's Vi to not allow him to pop off like he did, but he just didn't have that chance.
No, wasn't quite able to do that. Then later on, it was a Baron fight and a Baron call here. That was our next big moment in this matchup between T1 and GAM.
Oh man.
I mean, it was just didn't work out that well because the Nashor was slow initially, and also T1 were ready for the fight, and that was insane chain CC from Faker, Shockwave, and the follow-up from Owner, it just clean up.
What are the chances that GAM loses to T1 the same way in the best of one and here in the best of three game one? It was that
Oh
Baron
yeah, it's
into the team
confirmed.
fight
This is
and in the game.
Fantastic
Build
point
3.
there, and we take a look
So
at
yesterday's
the thing we were
match
talking
is just
about earlier
BO1
here
and
with it,
today's
it is
BO3
Cassiopeia
because this
having a
is an
huge
elimination
presence
match.
at EWC.
Okay, guys,
We
bear
knew
with.
mages were going to be showing up in the bot lane, but now 5-3 so far in the tournament.
And maybe the win rate doesn't look that great, but I feel like Cassiopeia gives a lot of space in the draft as well because it can flex on the mid lane and the bot lane as well. And I think nowadays the players really wants to take a fight no matter what, even though you are like less number. It doesn't matter. Just take the fight, take the risk. And I think the Cassiopeia is the pick that you wanted for that one, because I think whenever she's on the Rift, it doesn't matter how much you have. It just gives a lot of like power spike for the team. So I feel like Cassiopeia is being really high rate and the valuable pick for EWC here.
Yeah, her blind pick power is incredible. And also T1 pulled the 2-in-1. 2 A-tier mid laners out in game 1. One was played bot lane, one mid lane. But Cassio and Orianna no longer in the pool.
Yeah, definitely not. It did stunt Glory in the mid lane. He was part of that success that Gam had earlier. I think a player under a lot of fire who had a nice play there after bouncing back from the solo kill was Doran. Found the big play there in the team fight. And it feels like Doran is always under the microscope here with Did. Someone who, when he does something right, it's like, oh, it was set up by the team. When he does something wrong, it's always his fault. That isn't always the case. I feel like Doran is a guy who makes a lot of space and does a lot of things that doesn't show up in stats.
I mean, I think he's just still struggling to find out what the matter is, because I think he's trying, but he's still getting the counter picked on the top side, you know? So I feel like even though he's not performing good, but also the T1 is like sacrificing him a lot in the draft. So that's why he's been struggling, but I still believe in him because he's shown up a lot of like moments where like everyone is criticizing him, but he's gonna pop up randomly at some point.
Trouble.
Both games ended with his Mega Gnar versus Gam, so I think he's been super influential.
It has been hero moments to close it out in this series. Will we see another one in game number 2? Let's find out after this short bit of content. You're watching the Esports World Cup 2026, presenting League of Legends.
Let's go.
We were there. For every click, every clutch, every respawn. We were there for the years of grind. And we're here. Now. The proud founding partner of EWC. Powering the biggest event in gaming. Shoulder to shoulder with the world's best. Making history. Greatness deserves a stage. Lenovo Legion. Reach your impossible.
We're over at the B stream where KC just took down Sentinels on the first game of this best of 3 series. What has it been like casting that? Because there's so many people here.
Well, it's my first international, and oh my god,
congrats.
The people, the crowd, the energy, it is electricity. France, give it up!
Hey!
They have been looking absolutely phenomenal. KC running the game absolutely into the ground, and they've been kicking ass.
All right, they're going to keep going. And
too
we're
many
actually on a
cases of
break, which is
focus.
insane.
More energy, guys. Come on.
All right. That's it from us. Back to you guys.
Oh dear.
Welcome to the Lenovo Legion Gauntlet, where once again we have our lovely reporter Chris to give us a bit of an update on
she the
Dota.
same girl
Things
a
are
while
moving
ago?
along, and we've exited the group stage.
Yes, the everlasting group stage. Honestly, it was going on for such a long time. But now we are into the playoffs. We have our top 8 teams, all guaranteeing themselves some club championship points, but they're going to find out how many they're going to get.
Yeah, that's a good point. So can you let us know maybe which teams have made it out of that group stage that are notable in the club championship organic system?
I think for us, the name that's always going to be prevalent throughout the next 5-6 weeks is going to be Team Falcons.
Yes.
And for Falcons, they've kind of niced it. They've got a good side of the bracket. They've avoided the teams who are on there right now, which is Yandex and Spirit, which are two teams could really go quite far. They may have a slight horse in the Club Championship race, but nothing too crazy. But for Falcons, they have a real big opportunity to make some ground up on some of the other real big competitors who are not in Dota. It is pretty much a free hit. Anything they get here, your teams like Vitality, etc., they're going to be able to catch them up.
Oof. And what about the likes of Liquid, for example? Because they were a big hitter last year.
Yeah, so Liquid and Virtus Pro going out just before they made it into the top 8.
Yikes.
So for those guys, 0
Their
Club
background is
Championship
a
points.
Dota match.
That is a big stinger for them and an
I mean,
opportunity
Dota
that they really
tournament.
did have. As mentioned, for Falcons,
saying
they're in a great
Team
spot.
Spirit.
The opportunity was there for teams like Liquid, for teams like Virtus Pro, and they did not take it.
A little bit of an unfortunate situation for them then. We'll see how the things are going to be playing out on our stage. But
Why
that's
is
it for
their
us for
background
now.
on Dota? So maybe the tournaments are happening simultaneously? Yeah?
T1 victorious in game 1, but it is a best of 3. GAM underdogs, but not out just yet. Elimination match where the winner goes to qualify into our elimination bracket, and then the loser goes home. GAM are one step away from being said loser, but it's an organization that always full of surprises here, Jack, as Group C is about to finish.
Yeah, I think GAM's draft was too difficult to pull off. Camille plus Lee Sin, we saw G2 try it out as well. It's just very little front line, very little real CC. Like, you have the tiny knockback from the Camille E and the lockdown on the Camille ultimate, but it's not something like a Nautilus, like a Leona, like a Rakan. And I think it's just too difficult for these teams that are not able to transition cleanly from the early game into the mid game. And even in this game 1 between T1 and GAM here, we didn't even see real much value in the early game from the Camille pick. They tried to do a little cheese onto Faker. He got his flash, but the later on skirmish didn't play out in their favor due to Pace's move, which is an indirect consequence of the fact that Taki chose to sacrifice bot lane, giving Pace and Carry full control of that lane.
So a domino effect, really, what you're selling to us. And I think as well, you know, for that fight, as soon as Faker, by about 5 or 7 seconds, even without his flash, kind of knew it was doomed here for GAM. A couple of fights where their comeback was possible, but I think realistically, that first fight at level 3, at level 4, really stipulated the game from there. T1, I didn't hear sides, Jack. I didn't see sides, but it was red side last time. Your first pick.
I will have a look.
Jack is going to use technology to find that out, so that I don't have to.
Chose, well, now we see it on the screen.
First pick for T1 blue side, so it's first pick red side again.
First pick red side, blue side for T1.
Yep.
And I do think that if GAM are to take a game here, they really need to quite hard outdraft T1. Like, they need to have winning lanes, and I'd say better scaling too, which for me that's like the prerequisites of a big outdraft is if you have both of those, because you usually shouldn't be allowed to get both.
You should not. Scaling and winning lane.
Yeah, like if you're winning both early game and mid game and late game, probably your draft is just better.
You're winning the game. Then.
Yeah.
You're saying so you should win the game to win.
Win the draft to win the game.
Okay. That's also just complete. Boy, that's just, I want to win the draft because then we win the game.
No, but what I'm saying is they need to win the draft.
Yeah.
I think T1, even with a subpar draft, can win.
I'm getting
but I think if I look at another draft from GAM versus T1 here, where I feel like it is favored for T1, it's a real big uphill battle for GAM.
Okay, I get it now, I get it. Sorry to make fun, but I definitely understand. So for GAM, let's go through some of the picks that are going to make a difference here as we are about to pull up the draft on your screen right now. That's what that camera means. So, Jack, Fearless on the top side of both respective teams. Talia's going to be the first to go as well, especially against Pace, that bottom lane. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a Shen early rotation ban here from GAM, as well as Rumble joins the pool for GAM.
I'm curious if we're going to see the Vayne ban make its return for T1.
It
could be an option for Kiaya. It's been the most explosive top laner that we have seen in the tournament thus far, and I do think that if there is one weak link that we could see in T1's early game last game, it was Dorn up against the Varus. So trying to replicate that success that Kiaya had on the Varus, as he was the the standout performer for GAM last game. I think that would be really good to set him up for success, as now T1 takes out the Jace, they take out the Ryze, and an early Talia ban and a Zir ban.
Yeah, it's a target Faker ban as well. I guess also taking the Ryze out was stipulating what could be a B1 here. Sorry, what could have been the B1 and 2, as GAM have first pick here. So, what is up and available? Varus has already been picked away, obviously, for last game. Syndra, Ori, both off the table with the Cassio as well. Bard's going to go in case there was going to be some Caitlyn Bard lanes. Remember, Elise is also there if GAM want to explode the lanes and set up bot for success.
Yeah, you could look for the Elise Caitlyn combo. With the Bard being taken out, you cannot pair that up with the Caitlyn. Ezreal is still up and available as well. There's the Jarvan if you want to go for that real nice and early, as GAM are taking their sweet time to decide their first pick.
They're smiling about it.
Or maybe there's a bug. Well,
there's a bug. That's why we're smiling.
Okay.
All right. We're back in the client. Okay. So we're going to work out what that was. Apparently it was just a bug. Happens in Champ Select every so often in Tournament Realm.
I think the Jarvan first pick would make sense. The only thing is the Ezreal is still up and available, so T1 could grab that one away to have a escape up against it.
Yep.
But you are just picking a really strong, solid frontline. Bruiser has engage, can always ulti in and then flag and drag out to be able to lock in any carry. The only thing that's removing a bit of value from it is the fact that the Orianna and the Syndra are already out. So you're not being able to play into those immobile carries.
I was just told in my head, misclick. That was the only word.
Oh.
Which is funny.
Maybe they misclicked.
But I mean, yeah, I think we obviously still get a remake, because if you have no champion, you have no champion. It's not a 4v5. That's not how the rules work. That'd be pretty bogus if it was. Yeah, so we're just going to work that out while GAM discuss amongst themselves. You mentioned Jarvan. I'm going to pull out Zinzao. I'm going to pull out, I mean, Pantheon has really dropped in prior. I haven't seen it this tournament so far, from what I can understand. Obviously, guys, there's 2 streams going on at the same time. It is funny, like, how popular T1 are, because this is the main stage here.
Yeah.
The other stage, KC versus Sentinels, is happening.
Yeah.
So the French crowd must really be surrounded by that, but this crowd is full, it's packed, it's chockers.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, it's especially crazy because we are in Paris.
Yes.
You know, like, this is KC's home. This is KC's home, you know? This is where all the KC fans
like
come,
French,
but still,
there are so many French T1 fans.
there's so many French T1 fans, and also so many dedicated T1 fans that are willing to fly all the way over here.
Oh, yeah.
And celebrate T1. And for good reason. I mean, it's the greatest organization in League of Legends history.
Of all time.
All time.
Oh.
That's the tagline from
Sorry, I
the
didn't
Make Them Believe.
notice the chat.
No, it was last year.
Thank you, sub
think
fan
last
by
year was the
Missive
five,
and Justin.
Oh, then the year before.
Is what?
Make them believe, yeah.
Make Them Believe.
Thank you so
and then
much.
Bring Home the Glory.
That is an older one.
Oh, is that older? Yeah.
Thank
I don't know what last year
you.
was.
It's like, there's
I'm
some
too
cool
sleepy.
taglines, but there are a lot of taglines. We have had a lot of
Didn't
lollies
even
for
read
the
the
past 16
messages.
years.
That is true.
It keeps on going. Jack, I'm going to pull up the picks. Not the picks that we've seen, because obviously they haven't happened yet. I'm
The
gonna pick
back
up the
pass
picks that we
start is too long.
actually had a chance to
I
talk
am
about. And Nefiri we pulled out. Lee Sin's already been picked. Jarvan's already been picked with Vi. There's Wukong, there's Poppy, there's Zinzao, there's Nocturne, there's Skarner.
I believe T1 banned out the Poppy. I think it was banned out at least.
Is that the final ban, you
That's
T1
taken
also
off,
banned
I'm pretty
Ryze.
sure. Yeah, Ryze is out. There's not a whole lot of mid laners, high priority mid
I
laners
guess we
up.
could have like more Akali, Galio, Victor matchups. The Anivia kind of flexes around there. We've already had an Anivia bot. So I think flex picks right now, again, we've done that full curveball where maybe 2.5 years ago, flexes were dominating. I'm just throwing a number out because it comes around every 2 years.
Trying
flex
to
picks
take
are a breath of fresh air
rest.
for drafting
I love
in
it.
League. It makes it a lot more fun to... Both you can experiment more, and also when you're watching the draft, you're kind of always on the edge of your seat, not really knowing where any of the picks are going.
Are you upset by Major's bot? Are you complaining?
I think some mages are unfair. I think Mel... I hate Mel.
I think Mel as a champion sucks.
I think Mel is really annoying. I think Syndra is really annoying because her Scatter of the Week is so difficult to play around. I think Siggs, for example, I don't mind playing against Siggs. I feel like if you play against Siggs, you just get to free scale, and then if I play the team fights better, I can...
W for T1, let's go T1!
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to get on there.
Who's your favorite player in T1?
But I
Jazz.
understand. I'm sympathetic to my fellow ADC friends that hate the mages. But I feel like
Pika?
for me, it's kind of like a Cry Wolf
Owner?
situation. I feel like ADC players
Carrier?
are always complaining about mages, even when they aren't good.
And then we'll come back around and be 80 carries only, and then we'll start crying about Varus again.
Mine
You know,
is
cry about an 80 carry.
Although, to be fair, Varus has been
Doran
meta for like since the
owner.
dawn of time.
I mean, he
Yeah.
has, but he goes through waves.
and
of like,
previously
oh my God,
Gumayusi,
Varus,
but
so like,
Gumayusi is not on
Varus is the
T1
best champion in the game,
right
you know?
now,
Yeah.
so
But
yeah.
I wouldn't mind if we didn't see Varus for like
Let me
I
ask
also
you,
love
are 80
Faker,
carries the
don't
biggest
get me
wingers?
wrong.
As an 80 carry pro player yourself, are you the biggest whinger?
What is that? Wine? Like wine?
Yeah, whining. Do you think 80 carries whine the most?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean,
Because top
T1
laners
is
don't
just
talk
too
to anyone,
good.
right?
Yeah, of course.
Junglers, they've got music on.
the
all
things
the time.
I think
They
junglers
got-
are.
Junglers are the biggest whingers.
Because
No
junglers
question
face
asked,
the
yeah.
most trauma.
But aside from
They
T1,
get
do you like
flamed every
other
game.
team?
That's so true.
They
From
get flamed every
LCK
game, no matter
or
what.
maybe from
So they
other
just, like, unleash
region
it
like
and get so
LPL,
upset.
whatever.
Okay, all right. Well, if I could talk to the, I'm not sure who speaks English in the crowd. I was going to talk around and just get some AOEs.
Back post too
You're
long.
gonna talk to random people in the crowd?
Yeah, why not? I think mid laners are just so cooperative with the team.
Oh, you were gonna ask them who's
gonna
the
ask.
most toxic. Who do you think? You were a top laner.
I don't think top laners complain. I think we're chads.
I think supports are the nicest.
Supports are definitely the nice. They have to clean up everyone's messes.
Yeah.
They
Mid
have to
laners are
everyone's-
usually.
Agreed.
For me, mid laners are usually.
They think
fine.
they're the center of attention or what? Because their lane literally is.
I think they're usually fine.
Yeah.
I think mid laners are usually fine. I think top jungle and ADC are the most complaining.
Right. We are apparently setting
Carrier's
up an interview
keyboard,
in the
it's
crowd.
big.
I am watching some guy on his handheld play a different game right now. He's stopped waiting for this pause. Again, we're trying to fix pick ban. If you're just tuning in, there was an issue. And I'm just seeing what everyone in the crowd is kind of doing. This guy's got he's got Twitch open on his phone. What are you watching in the
Back
meantime?
pause is
I'm talking
too
to you. What are you
long.
watching? He tells me. Which one? The B stream. He's watching the Casey at the same time. See, that's tech. He's
Yeah.
watching on his phone at the same time, so he doesn't miss a stream.
Are Casey winning? I hope.
Are they
Casey's
winning? No, he's gone. He's gone.
I hope Casey's winning.
Sorry, guys, we don't have a third mic. We have a third headset, but
it's
I
been a-
cannot vet the people
It's
yet.
been a disappointing
What?
tournament for EU thus far.
Oh, I mean, Casey
Casey's
won
winning.
game one,
Casey
and then
won
winning
game
game two.
Yeah, but in general, like.
What do you mean? Disappointing
MKOI
tournament
got-
for NA.
Yeah,
Well,
but
they
it can
going
also be
to
disappointing for
start or
EU.
Furious goal.
We lost to AGAL. G2 just lost.
Oh.
MKOI lost to GAM.
Well, we're going to win because Lou is
Okay,
standing in the
guys.
crowd, Jack, quickly before we come back to rambling.
Since
Yes, thank you guys.
There's
Tech
a
Pause,
long
vous connaissez la
Tech
petite
Pause.
pause sec, on rompiche. Mais du coup, j'ai l'honneur d'être avec deux fans de T1.
I'll
Vous allez
take it
avoir
now.
une bonne surprise.
Like
I'm next
a
to
really short
T1
nap,
fans,
okay?
Yumin and
Because
Dongbin
I'm
here with
really
me.
sleepy
Et la première
for
question
some
que je vais te poser,
reason.
elle va être en français parce que tu
Maybe
parles français.
because
Est-ce
I
qu'on
am
peut
physically
applaudir, s'il vous plaît?
tired.
Ma chère
Yeah, I think so.
Youngmin, tu es en France,
also
tu es
listen
coréenne,
to
tu
the
parles
stream.
parfaitement français, tu soutiens T1. Est-ce
Oh,
que tu
you're
peux m'expliquer
rooting
un
for
petit peu tout ça, comment
HLE
ça se
too.
fait? Et est-ce
Yeah,
que tu es content
they
d'être
got
ici?
the
Parce
two
qu'en fait,
original
je suis
members.
étudiante là, à Paris.
of,
Alors, je travaille en guide touristique.
T1.
Et puis en fait, je suis fan de Faker.
I
Et
mean,
alors, en
they're
fait,
not
depuis
really the
de
OG one.
2016.
Yeah,
Et alors, je
they
suis toujours
played
le fan de Faker.
For
Une
like
fan de
3 years
Faker, I'm a
together.
big fan of
so
Faker. I moved to
mean-
France
I mean, say well,
in 2018 and I've been a
consider it
touristic
also good.
guide here in France. And I'm sure that you
HLE
do a lovely
Gen
guide,
P1
of
is
course.
just top
Here we
three.
go.
Yeah.
Back in English. I want to ask you, of course, who's your favorite player, but you can't
I
say
agree.
Faker. You can say Faker and someone else.
Though
'Cause I
for
wanna,
me,
you know,
I
learn a
feel
little bit more
like
about the other players,
Genji's
of
not
course.
that strong.
Yeah, so honestly,
Not
yeah,
as
I'm
strong
also a
as
big fan
before.
of Faker, but today I want to support.
Maybe they
Doran.
need
Yeah.
a better
I
spot.
think that's a good answer. Évidemment, je suis un grand fan de Faker, mais aujourd'hui, j'ai envie d'apporter du soutien à Doran et je pense qu'il en aura besoin. Thank you very much. Merci. Comme ça, Meda. Thank you for joining
Merci.
me. And hopefully, we get back to
They
the
need
game
to keep
very
up
soon. See you
for
there.
others.
Thank you very much, Lou.
So
and
right
the,
now,
I
for
was going to say the
me,
one
it's
Doran
more
fan,
of
but everyone else
HLE.
cheers. So there's a lot of
I
love
think
for Doran.
HLE is
Doran
now
has a lot
stronger
of-
than
He
Genji,
does,
but
he
before
does.
Genji
He's
is
very-
like super
he's a
strong.
cute-
He's a bit of a rat, you know, and it's good. And
Like
that's a
they're
positive
the
thing. It's
king of
compliment.
It's
LCK.
not a compliment to call someone a rat.
It is.
You can't just
Rats
say
are-
you called the LCK guys degenerates, but
And
then
that's
you
a
said
positive thing.
then you said it in a good way. You can't just say something that's not a good thing.
I
and say it
can.
in a good way.
He's literally got an emote. Doll Rat is an emote, and he is. We
I
are.
think
He
they
doesn't
are
have that emote. He didn't make that.
salty.
No, but it looks good. Okay. Now Doran
Doran,
has copped
are
a lot,
you good?
and you know what? He's a bit of a rat because sometimes he has insane games, And sometimes he has absolute stinkers.
Yeah.
And you know who else was a rat? The Shy.
Okay.
He was a
You're
rat.
comparing Doran to the Shy right now? Is that what you're doing?
Why would I not?
The Shy.
I think...
Okay. What about Nuggery? What about Nuggery? As, ladies and gentlemen, I've been told, no, I still have my job, but other stream, B stream right now, we might have a look at KC versus Sentinels in the meantime.
Ooh, I want to do that.
We can, I mean, I know the other guys are casting it on the stream. I guess we can cast it if we don't have the audio, or we can listen in, depending on what version we get, while they try and get in pick and ban for GAM versus T1. Small delay. As soon as we get the thumbs up, we'll let you know, and we'll switch back to this pick ban, because this stream will be focused on T1 versus GAM. But Sentinels versus KC, wouldn't mind it. That guy probably doesn't need to be on his phone. He can just hop over
what?
my shoulder.
There's Sentinel team for
And we'll
League?
see. If we bring it up on your screen, we will see. But for now,
Is that a new team?
we're looking at Owner.
Fake.
Owner.
You know, I got a picture with Faker.
Did you?
I got a picture.
Yeah,
That's probably the highlight of my week, month, maybe year. Nah, years too far. Month. Definitely, I'm still happy about it. Like, when I think about it, it makes me smile.
I'm still happy about it. Of course you are.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy. You know what? Every time, without fail, if at international events, whether it's going into an elevator, passing, always bows, always small smile, always so respectful. That's what, you know, I love. And by the way, don't worry. KC can sit, I think KC right now are probably close to 2-0ing NA because we are the better region, while Jack, there's no NA representative here. They can't defend themselves. We're about to go to pick ban. You don't have to listen to Ramble anymore. And we can take you into T1 versus GAM Game 2. Not sure specifically why pick ban was so bugged, but probably a lot of refreshers involved.
Yeah.
It's happening now.
I mean, the League client isn't exactly known to be the most stable.
New client next year.
New client next year.
New client next year.
New client, new me.
New client means amazing, amazing time in the League of Legends world. Because no, we're not gonna go down that road. I like my job. I was just gonna set us up for failure. I don't like the client.
Oh,
Jack. I just didn't want to take you there. I don't want your first cast of T1 to be your only one. So
well, so far it's looking like it, Jake. No.
Yeah, sorry about that. By calling Doran a rat. We're waiting for this big ban to go up, complaining about the client. Is there anything else you want to get off your chest before we go into this big ban? Because I've been baited. It's not here yet.
It's not here yet. I think that T1 is a good team.
That's good.
Woo!
Hi.
Very good. Well done. Well said. We talked about junglers before. We talked a lot about the Nefiri, the Jarvan, the Wukong, the Poppy. Got to look and see if that Poppy was the third and final ban. Those bans will be the same as what you saw if you tuned in at the very start of this game. Xin Zhao also on the board with a Nocturne, Skarner possibility. Those are the junglers so far we've seen.
Yeah, I think I was talking a lot about the Jarvan, but I think maybe the Nefiri might be higher priority.
Yep.
We've seen a lot of teams have a lot of success on that champion with how much damage it provides, and it can just play so well as a carry jungler. With the Ryze being out, though, I think Ahri looks like maybe the best premier pairing with the Nefiri, because you really want something to set that Nefiri up with some CC.
Or
What's my
Akali as an
rank
option to
on?
follow up dive.
Yeah.
I'm
with
just
support
a
on top,
player.
facilitating front line.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, the Camille's gone, which, Jack, if I'm getting this
But
camera,
now I got Timo to
we get the Pog drone
and I
down,
barely
which means only
like
one
play
thing.
solidly
Jake?
now because I just don't have a tool.
I know
And it's a
production,
bit
and
hard
I know
to,
good
It was
looking
a,
cameras.
you know,
Nocturne
climb the
first
rank
pick,
if you're
so
like a
even with
support
the
main,
Orianna
especially if you're
Gam
a
still
utility
decided
support,
to go for the Nocturne,
and you
T1
can't use
answer with
that
Jarvan of
support,
their own,
so
and we'll see what
yeah.
ADC, I presume, they look to pair
I mean,
with
I'm
it
not
here. It's
justifying
gonna be
my
the
round, it's
Seraphine
just that.
for T1. They can look to do the Ashe Seraphine, or they can have Pace playing the Seraphine.
Jack at
carry.
Sylvia.
Take away the Ashe,
What's
though.
that?
Ashe Aurora is my question mark.
Sorry,
because pairings with Nocturne, Aurora's
sorry,
being one
like,
of the best.
I'm not
You were
sorry,
kind of
I'm not
alluding to
familiar
before,
with
like,
that.
what else we
If
can
you
see in
can
the
just,
mid
like,
lane.
explain.
Nivea also there, Ahri also there with another diving jungler that's going to be slammed like glory.
Oh,
The Nautilus
hard
as
stock
Yeah, Nautilus
silver.
really good into this
Oh,
Seraphine.
same bro, same
Makes me
same
think
here.
that probably T1
Yeah.
might look to send it as Seraphine ADC.
It's been a
and
while
put Keria
since I
on
played
something like the
SP.
Alistar, something like the
Sometimes
Braum,
if
just receive
like
this hard
I
engage
really
from
have
Jump. Because if you
super
look in the
duper
Ashe
bad
here,
mood,
you're playing
then I
Ashe
play
Seraphine,
Link
two
for some
immobile
reason, but I
carries
don't
into
trash talk
Nocturne,
people.
Ahri, Nautilus. Incredibly
Just sometimes
dangerous
if,
ultimates
you know,
from
they
the side
trash
of
talk
Gam.
me on
They
the
can
chat,
gap
then
close and
I'll
get
also
onto you
trash talk them.
super easily.
Then after the
But I
game.
do think
Not
that
during
Pace is
the
gonna be the
game,
one taking the
it's after
Seraphine
the
here.
game.
Well said.
Oh, you did the
Seraphine Braum have
flame.
been options in the past.
Really?
Speaking about Vitality, Jack probably
Yeah,
not wrong with me
you
to
may
do
do
so.
that.
Is It's going to be Faker.
What's your lane?
Still technically a flex, I guess.
It's
a top in this current meta.
What?
No?
I would say 99%.
They're so bad.
Is going to Faker.
Maybe if we play together, then maybe you're gonna
play
play
pushed in a little bit, but you can
you don't have a real lane. But your comfort lane would
that
be
level
what?
6, the Ahri ult is fantastic, the Nocturne ult as well, even the Nautilus ult. A lot of good options for Faker here. This now allows T1 to put 2 bans into either the ADC for Gam. If you want to take out something like the Kai'Sa for more follow-up.
Me, I can only play support.
For Dorn.
I saw that.
But if I really don't have a choice, then
I did something mischievous.
I
again,
go
but
mid,
Mel's
but
gonna
I'll
be
just
taking
tower
away, so
hog.
Jack doesn't have to complain about that one.
I won't compete for NCS. I'll just tower hog and
We are
prevent
just going to get Kiaya on a
and
tank
avoid
top.
to die. So that's my tactics when I'm playing on the lane.
Those are some of the few right now.
Oh, before you were a support main, like what kind of support? Attack support?
Up and available
Utility
for Gam.
or what?
I think that would be by far their best pick if they could get it.
Yep.
Otherwise, I do think we're probably looking at just a tank for Kiaya. Maybe the Cassante would make sense for him. As T1 decide to ban out the Olaf, they might be looking for the Ambessa themselves.
Yeah.
I think both teams really like the
Okay,
Ambessa
that's
here.
nice.
We'll see what Gam decide to
Trash!
ban out
You know what?
Chase is
I
gone,
don't play
what the
trash.
OLF would suspect, but
Yeah, my
top
champions are
lane is
usually
do like
Lulu.
going on that Ambessa angle. Will it be banned by
Just
Gam?
those kid support,
Remember,
you know.
next pick out of
Like
this ban
Soraka,
phase will be
Sana.
T1 on the blue side. Ash is going to go.
I don't
They're
know.
thinking maybe still the possibility. even
Usually
with
it's
this help.
Lulu.
You
Lulu,
think it's a waste of
Milio,
ban?
a Seraphine.
I think it's a bit of a
and
waste
Mel
of
if it's
ban.
not
I think
banned.
T1 would not look for it. It's
You
gonna be
shift,
the Renekton
you
pick
shift
for
the
Dorn,
top
so a really
lane
strong
and
blind
that's
pick here.
my flaming becomes so
We'll have
bad.
to
Yeah.
see what Gam
And your top
answers.
lane.
Does Kiaya feel confident playing Kennen?
I guess
mean,
every
is it too
top
much
lane
AP
is like
damage?
I think
top lane is
Shen,
like that.
I really like for Gam. Pairing up with the Nocturne, you can ulti in with him.
Okay,
It's,
maybe we can see
a decent
Paze.
matchup into the Renekton because you can dodge out on the stun.
Yep.
It is going to be
On
losing,
Seraphine or is it Carry?
we'll have to see.
I'm not super
Looks like
sure.
he might go for the oh, my voice.
Zion?
Because the
Okay,
meta right
what a
now is
shame.
like
But
mage,
regardless,
right?
Zion's still going to get
Bot
locked
lane.
in. I think the biggest question you
Let me
have to
just
ask
read your
is,
chat. I just can't imagine that getting
How do you
5-0 on
complement
top
this?
and
Because
bot
we're building
lane
a bit of
is
dive.
0-6
Just had the
and
worst voice for a
0-8.
long time.
Yeah.
We'll see what Taki here
You're growing up.
looks
If
in.
your
I
lane
think-
is winning,
What?
but the other
I
lanes
did
are...
not expect that. I thought he would go
I don't
Kai'Sa
know.
for sure. As he
How
would
do
make
you
a ton of
explain it?
sense,
Then
because
it's
let's go
not
for the
winnable
Lucian,
still.
even though he doesn't have the
You go
Milio.
mid
What do you
and
want
get
here as a support?
flat.
I think it's either Alistar or Braum for Carrier.
So what's your pick round?
99%. Anything else I would be very surprised by. Unless Carrier has something crazy cooked up. You just want something that can receive this engage and peel for the T1 carries.
Okay,
Go
well,
top,
3 seconds.
then
and
go
it's
to
locked.
top bar,
So engage, peel.
Ooh,
and as you said, Jack,
GM.
well spotted. It's
Oh
going to
my
be Paze
god,
on
I
that
can't
Seraphine
reach
bot.
you.
So that the
My
Ash didn't
pick
get
round
to not play the game.
Yeah.
In game
Was
two.
Makes a lot of sense.
platinum,
Carrier
but that
decided
was
to go for the
way,
Alpha
way,
over
way
the Braum
back
as well,
20,
because you're pairing up with the
17
mage, so you're not going to be able to proc that
or
Braum
18,
passive
I'm
too
not super
easily.
sure. I think it's
I do
2016
like
to
this from
2017.
T1. You have a really
And
strong front line
I
here.
only
You have the Seraphine
became
healing and shielding
platinum
to keep
before
things
because
going, and Faker
I
as
have
well is
a
going to be
duo.
able to do quite a bit if the fight
But right
goes
now
longer.
he's not playing League of
While
Legends
Gam have a bit
anymore,
of a different
so I don't have
strategy.
a
They
duo
really want
anymore.
to blow you up
So
as
yeah,
soon
I
as the
rarely
fight starts.
play
Lucian, all about that burst.
SD
Ahri
now.
the same.
Sometimes I
While
play
Nocturne and Nautilus
Iron
have
Mayhem with
great
my
ultimates,
friends
but if
because
the fight
it's so
goes for longer, they're going to get outmatched by their
easy
counterparts.
What do you think about
and
weaving in and
canny
out of fights here for
and
Gam? The commitment is not
yeah,
as
if I
hard
will-
as one-sided
if
like
I
an
want
Alpha
to just have
it's
fun,
still, once
then
you're
I
in,
play
you're kind of staying
Iron
in
Mayhem.
with versus Alistar
That's my
versus
pick
Silas
round,
versus
and I got
HTC.
Challenger, but
That
I
T1
had a
can
duo
lock you in.
streamer in
Yeah,
each.
T1 want to keep the
Wow!
fight going. They want to
You
make the fight
also
long.
stream
While
your game?
Gam need to find that initial pick, need to find that blow up with the Ahri charm, with the Nocturne ulti. And if they can find that,
I don't want
and
Challenger
they
as
can
new
take
pick
T1
because
down, make
I
the
just
fight
got
on their own
carried by
terms.
her.
But if T1 are able to kite them back,
really?
re-engage with the Seraphine, movement speed, healing, shielding, CC. There's
No,
a lot of tools
why?
for T1
You
here.
should
and
also start
I'm afraid to say, I think I still prefer
streaming.
their
Maybe you
draft.
can
Dude.
just
So
full
we're
stream
getting
with
back
your
to the
duo,
draft gap
right?
discussion of game one then.
Yeah, the thing is T1, they have a really easy way, I think, of receiving the engage from Gam. I think as long as Pace is not the one that gets engaged upon, it's really hard to make anything happen on Jarvan, Renekton,
League
or
of Legends
Sylas.
FPS
So your
is
only
kind of
real
weird.
threat is the
I
Seraphine.
sometimes
And I think
have
Pace
that
is a
kind
good enough
of
player that he
FPS as well,
recognizes that he's the only real target for Gam.
Well,
so
that
if he
only
plays
means
back
that you're really
and is
good,
healing and
knowing
shielding
that
his
you're
team
playing
up,
40
it's going to be very
FPS,
difficult for GAM to
and
find
you
an
still
opportunity.
reach Challenger.
They're going to have to work hard to be able to find it.
Well, we've watched one
Let's
Seraphine
go!
from
The
Korea
game is
dominate the
starting.
competition only yesterday. And here comes another match point for T1 in this best of 3 to qualify for the elimination bracket at EWC 26. And it is Gam
Master
who
is so
has to commit
sorry.
to the dive.
I'm not so sure because I haven't reached that rank yet.
With T1 in this
I only
game.
played
Conqueror
on,
for 4
but
with a glacial
on
augment
Flex,
for carrier.
yeah, I
And
got
as
to
you said,
play
Jack,
with some
they
of the
keep the fights
Master.
going. They get massive value here.
Yeah,
Player?
4 Conquerors, as you say, Jake.
But
Conqueror
yeah,
on
I
Seraphine
cannot keep up
especially.
because I'm just
Pace
no
wants to
play
go for
on
those
the-
long
on the
skirmishes.
Or in
And
the lobby.
Artemis choosing to go for the Doran's bow here. Means he's a little bit... Oh, good hook.
Line. Okay, for now, you might not have audio at home as Carrier gets a headbutt away. Taki, stretch line starts
The
off
game
nice on the
sound,
pace.
the game
We'll
audio
fix
is
that for you in
too
a second, as
soft.
I
I
assume
can't
people at
hear
home are experiencing the same thing.
Challengers
Jack,
just
there you
chill,
go.
but one round thing.
Right as the engage comes through, headbutt away, heal going to be used as well. Carrier can't do much. It's a level
I
1
agree.
Alistair.
I mean, I do
What you
have
expect? Stretch line
challenger
in, nice
friends.
auto attack as well. Artemis,
They always
Low saying on, he
complain.
flashes away.
Okay,
And
Carrier got
obviously better
yes,
at the
it's
start of
splash
this game.
already.
Oh, Carrier there
Oh,
has
yeah,
to flash
Paisy
away.
used
I thought for
Seraphine.
a second that he might be dead.
Okay.
Artemis had the W back up, but it was still a little bit on cooldown.
But this time Gam
It's a great
Esports
start for Gam here as they force
go
both sums from
for
Carrier. They force his
not a
recall, so
mage,
he's stuck at level 1.
but
And Taki now is going to
Illusion
be
Nautilus.
sitting at an XP lead for the majority of this early game as Owner
you
wants
need
to
to
go for
play
an in-lane.
perfect just
Spotted.
to stay
Fade light's going to be
relevant.
dropped on down. And Owner
Yeah,
looking for the cake.
relevant
Well,
to the
meanwhile,
game.
KC have just 2-0'd Sentinels.
Let's go!
So NA officially out of the competition.
Wow, that's crazy actually.
Oh, Faker trying to engage Glory, but oh, is he dying? No,
Meanwhile, Taki in a bit of trouble, but look better here for
Carrier, Carrier.
No flash. A dredge line already used and will not be reused
by the way,
here from Taki in the
this is not-
2v2.
And the shield from Pace there was so clutch.
I'm
You
not
could see how
analyzing the
Artemis was
game.
posturing that he wanted to
I'm
fight for it.
just
Taki goes for it.
Gets him under turret.
Carrier! Very nice one! And first blood goes to
Another turret shot.
T1K.
He's already used his flash.
With a double kill, let's clip that shit. It's so
Have just
good.
been schooled in the 2v2.
And how does T1 do it? As Seraphine Alistar, they find a double kill off of Gam's mistakes, and they are snowballing this early game.
Oh man, and
So,
top might
yeah.
be another bridge that Gam
One
cannot
round play
cross.
is
Doran
snowball.
gets a bit of cleave here.
Will let the
Colbamik,
snowball.
or rather Ruthless Predator about to come up. Wait for that. Kiaya running for his life. Owner gets an auto attack down for the slow flag. And Dragon to find him. Matches the flash. And T1, the star points cannot be greater. There's that Ruthless
Goodbye,
Predator. Doran gets
Kiaya.
the kill across the map.
Wow.
It burns for Gam.
And T1, they're
The
making
girls of
plays
the
across
audience
the
are so
board
hyped
here.
up.
Gam want to try to match and dive Pace. And Carrier is going to try to run here as fast as he can.
Okay,
Gam is on
Gam
the
trying
timer.
to
It all
tower
comes
dive
down to
Phase
this.
here.
Pace does not have flash
And
yet,
let's
nothing available.
see.
Just
Oh
one
yeah,
shot
Phase
as well.
cannot
Dredge line
survive
out
this.
as
I
well.
don't think
Good
he
dive
can.
from Taki and a shutdown over to Drakthar.
It's a mistake from Carrier there. He over roams on mid
Yeah.
lane. He's not in time for the wave crash.
Respect
to the
for high rank
Pace.
and lower
The Pace
rank.
ends up dying. No teleport, so
just
he's going to
trying
lose
to
a lot of minions. As we watch this back, it starts with Taki flashing, trying to get onto Pace.
Oh, I
He
love
doesn't get the hook. Pace flashes it well.
the
Lucian
carrier.
takes the tower shot,
The
and then Pace
body
lands with
slam.
the minion.
Beat drop at max range. I have to say, Paze's monitor is very bright, Jack.
True.
Brightness was at max as Gam.
Oh, the CL
DK
support
a little bit
still
upset by
has
that one.
like
Laughing
is
it off as he has
why
to
is he
as Faker
clapping?
might
What
be
do you
down
mean?
now, but he gets saved out by Carrier. Pulverize.
Oh,
And the hill from
Faker
the
still
King
survives
Slayer.
and got
The
one.
King will not be slayed as Faker finds himself the kill in retribution mid lane. Will not get anything. It's Glory who wants that orb of deception, but Faker
Believe
is
that
too
you
far.
can chase all in
Great
them.
play by T1 there. Faker gets the W off.
Chase
So damn
all
close,
in,
but
then
Gamma
win
not
the
able to
game,
take
yeah.
him down. Doran able to continue pushing in this top lane,
But
getting plates
yeah,
for himself.
hopefully I can
The
also
one
like
lane
reach
that
the
Gam had last game
round.
is evaporated.
I don't think
There's
I can.
no winning lanes anymore for
But
Gam. They
maybe
need
I
to
can
use
play
Drakthar,
in
get
the
him level
diamond
6,
lobby.
and try to play around that Nocturne ultimate to get it back into this game. But Artemis is 2 levels down.
Yeah.
It's about to hit level 4, but not the start you wanted, especially considering the fact that you're playing Lucian.
Wow, Doran's
I mean,
already
yeah, it's
level
all about the
6.
lane. It's all about that first item spike. How quickly do you get there? The answer to this game is going to be very different. The threat of return from Kia, you're not going to land. Doran has Dominus available and is dominating the lane with it as well. He got the kill earlier and he went straight for the
If you want to
heal
get
cut.
flat diagonal with the
Jack, that's an
carry
800
here.
gold spend here from Doran.
Yeah,
He's
it's
gonna
so
pay
hard to
dividends
climb the
against
round,
Kia.
especially
wants to continue
when
snowballing
I'm
this
just
lane.
a support
He's
lane.
also up quite a
Like,
bit of
keep
XP
supporting.
across the board for T1 here.
But I don't
only
even.
person with an
I mean,
XP
I don't have a duel right now, so
Got
it's
pulverized.
not
Carrier looking
possible
for the
for
trample.
me.
Gets stretch line in. 2-mag flag and drag. Owner goes in deep though versus 3 now as Artemis looks for Carrier.
Oh,
Maybe
Artemis
taking
go for
him out with the
Carrier.
one where
Can
Owner
T1
got to
turn
separate
this
the pack.
game?
I think Artemis
Yeah.
made a crucial
Just got
game-breaking
traded.
EWC loss-making mistake.
I mean, Artemis, he had the right idea. He wanted to continue fighting, but he overcommitted on Carrier, flashed forward.
I agree
Faker
with
had
you.
the move.
I can't.
Glory was not
Really,
able to match,
so
so it's a
hard.
numbers advantage for T1.
Especially
Artemis now falling even further behind. Level 6 on pace,
almost
still
all,
level
not
4.
all, but most of
This
the ADC
So difficult
doesn't
for
know
him.
to play in
Maybe
silver
not as
lobby,
disastrous
so
as it
yeah.
once was.
It's
Death
hard.
card's going to be used by Faker. He stole that charm
You
dodge as
can
well.
raise your
He
LP
gets
in
the change on
Diamond
top of
1.
Glory.
Yeah,
Carrier
because
coming in to help
the
out,
ADC
but
is on a higher level
Glory still had that
are,
ult. He doesn't pull that off.
you know, kind of
Great
good,
jump
and
by
they
Faker
know
there as
how
we
to
watch this
control the
replay of the fight.
raid,
I mean, Carrier face checks a
and
little
how
bit
to
early,
try-
so he gets really
get
chunked, and that's what
priority.
baits
But
Artemis to
until the
continue
lobby,
going forward here. He dashes forward, and he
can't
thinks he
do
can
that.
take down Carrier, but Carrier holds the heel. So Artemis is then forced to flash. Faker's wrapped around. Glory's not there.
Oh, that's still a
He gets
win
3 kills on
for
Artemis.
Faker gets a kill. Big
for
Silas.
T1.
Maybe not as
Because
devastating as
Gom
one saw
got
Jack.
the
Obviously, the
support.
wave was held by Taki.
Just the
As we
support,
saw
but
at the end
T1
of that
got the
play,
bait.
so he does get some CS, hasn't fallen but as much behind as I thought he
Just
would.
play
But as Gam trying to put the
and
pace on, they're
protect,
looking towards
yeah.
the top side. Carrier's moving up,
I
Taki's
believe
going to join in with Drakthar.
I just
Paranoia
need a
is
duo.
up, so in range is this Nocturne.
Maybe
as
I'll
Carrier
start
sits
looking
on
for a
ward.
duo.
Draktar's up half a level on Owner here. This could be a good timing for Gam to fight, as Draktar's level 6 and Owner's still stuck at that level 5. But Pace is
Can
here.
we
Pace
see
is here.
You're
a...
right, Paranoia going to be used. Pays the advantage, going to be there. He has the encore waiting to use. The Drakthar about to find a kill, but the encore comes in clutch. Flash in from Drakthar, he's stunned up.
okay.
Only takes a while to die. It's like the last play where Gam have to commit so much, and it ends up being a trade with Pays picking up his 3rd kill.
And again, we see Pace moving just like he did in game 1 and being the difference maker. As Faker wants to go for the one
He's got damage here. He thinks with the Hexagon. They knew it. Culling right in melee range, but Faker Pays walks up to the turret, trying to turn flashed away from while T1
What's a
summon Kia
VGD?
doesn't work out. Taki, his
you're
opportunity
playing
strikes
6
now.
tonight.
As
Yeah.
Carrier behind
By
the
the way,
truck.
where are
He's
you
going to try and
from? Are
drive
you
the Glory, gets the wrong perception, and
Are
Gam
you
get
from
one
other
back.
country?
T1 wanted to go for the dive on Kiaya there, wasn't quite able to get it. Pace being forced to flash and Carrier falling.
visual graphic
But still, it's a
design.
solo kill
Wow.
for Faker. He's
Our
going to be
work
able to
is
push in
kinda
this bot
related.
wave, accelerate himself, as T1 are dominating
I'm not sure.
across the board.
It's kind of related,
Indeed
but I
they are. We
believe,
keep
yeah.
seeing trades. We see Drakthar getting gold. But in the end, what does it mean for the map is the biggest question.
Replay,
2,000
let's
gold up. We
go.
look at the replay here and the attempted dive.
T-Pace here being forced to flash away from the Zayan, and Carrier has nowhere to run. Surrounded by Taki and
but I don't
Glory.
wanna do it.
Dies to the electrocute. It's just the life of a cow, though.
Oh, you're
Not
still
the end of the world,
studying?
the support
Really?
falling. We see the pro view of Faker here.
Why?
Uses the Lucian ultimate.
VGD is good.
And
Like,
he
it's a
does a
good
bit more
career.
damage than the enemy Lucian.
They just kind of matrixed each other, you know. You can dodge the
Faker
best.
looks so...
Faker looks like he's having a good time.
That's what you got out of it.
He looks so excited.
There's the guy you got a photo with, Jack. Next plate, or
Let's
rather,
just do
Lightning
it.
picked up in the top side, but I was going to say, Protobelt picked up by Faker as Carrier looks for the dive again. Owners
So,
here with
sorry,
Pack
where are
with
you
them.
from again?
And Kiaya, how safe is he?
From what country
3
are you?
members. Kaya looks try to back out here.
Pulverize flag and drag is up. Owner doesn't need to flash. He's got the trample from Carrier as well.
Carrier
to stun
and
up.
Owner
Kiaya just
doesn't
trying to
want
move.
Kiaya
Ring
to
Deliverance
get
does-
any
is not available
CS,
either.
and they're
Cataclysm down.
ganking him
Stun
on
up the
top.
slowdown. The passive
Like
GA is
tower
there.
dive on top.
Kiaya is just going
And-
to be a
what
potential
the-
kill, but not just yet. As Doran, the attempt to dive in
Kiaya's
response, he
still so
dominances. He
fast.
takes a 1v2 onto
Crazy.
Taki. There's the paranoia. Doran flashes away, but Faker's here to
Doran.
help out. The kill
Oh!
healing. The wave's gone.
Doran
Faker's
is
going
still
on.
alive?
Silas, Doran
What the heck is that?
And a third waits. Faker at
Oh my
5.
God.
He gets the chains down.
And
Gets his
Faker
third. And
triple
Faker
kill,
with
so
6 and
good, let's
0
go.
returns.
And Faker is the savior for Doran as he roams bot lane. And he
And
gets
attempting
3
making me go
kills
forward.
and
Yeah.
seals the
Whoa.
fate of Gam
Go
here
for it.
with a 3,000 gold lead
Oh,
and 10
and
dark
Oh my god,
stacks.
Doran is a bit
Carrier
crazy.
as well, trying to get that ulti
Like,
out.
he's
It's
still
just a
so
nice
bad.
combo. Use the
He's
minion wave to
literally
get there.
1
He's in
HP, but
trouble
he's
though
still
from the
so
back end of
bad.
it. Glory.
Oh,
misses
you're
the
a Filipino
charm.
as
Carrier
well.
walking
Hi
away
there.
with trample. Headbutt pulverized again. Glory
Hello,
about to run out of the
Kobo
ulti. Who's the last to get over the wall before T1 arrived with backup?
Really intelligent move from Faker there. He realized that Gam wanted to go for the cross map, tried to dive Doran, so he moved preemptively to defend him, and he arrived just in time to save save Doran and pick up 3. And now Gam are staring at a 3,000 gold lead at 10 minutes. They do have the Ocean Dragon at least. So watch the replay here from Faker's POV.
Okay.
Even despite the fact that he has no vision with the Nocturne ults, he's still able to arrive, takes down the Lucian, dashes forward with the Ahri ult. Gets the W, dashes
let's
forward
clip that
with
shit.
the chains, lands that, takes him out with the Kingslayer.
Doesn't even blink. Triple kill for Faker. 6-0. Silence is unleashed. Already was, and now even more so.
Oh,
Jankos is
the
gassed.
Jankos and
Maybe Double Lift not looking too happy because he just lost his teams. So,
Pretty good, man.
as to be said, yeah. Just taking the trade-off here. There's no first item for Doran because he went Xe first, so a little bit behind. But I mean, Doran again. Remember, he used that Cold Meek Jack on the minion wave and got some champion damage, so the healing was enough that he was no longer a kill under that turret, and he cleared the wave.
Yeah, it was a good tower defense by Doran. As we see continuous trades on top here, favoring Doran. A big gold lead for him. See if he's able to hit that tower, get that plate. He does need to be careful though. Drakthar is top side here with the Nocturne ultimate. So if he gets baited to hit the tower, it could be an angle.
Damage
for
down.
to go in.
Dominus is available. Dread of Return going to find him. There's that paranoia you talked about, and it's still not used just yet. There's that Dominus, gets a healing out, looking for the 1v2, but the passive from Kiaya going to keep him safe. He brings in the Grim Deliverance. Otis now here, stuck in the middle, but he doesn't care because Plays is on the way with the two-man Cataclysm as well. And a knockup from Carrier. He'll take one deserved kill while the Kiaya GA pops, but Gam cannot support his return. It's Dreaded. It's Faker running in for number 7 as T1 the chase.
Wow, Faker Salas.
He's simply but a trample. Dredgeline, the blood from Carrier. No cow on the menu. He'll survive to walk it out while Faker claims the glory again. Owner gets ignited. Glory trying for the kill, but a depth charge stolen. And Faker is running Paris.
You missed that, but of course.
Oh my god, T1 are just running
He will
circles around Gam. Pace somehow always shows up where he needs to be to save them alongside Faker. 9-0 on this Silas here. Maybe even picks up the Medjais to celebrate.
He had 10 stacks of the Dark Seal for a while. Jack, I think he's gone back and forth on this one as Faker finds Drakthar. The chains are out. Doran's coming to help him out as well. The fear not going to matter too much here in Zoran. Looks for the sun's up, find a chain lash going to be flushed away from Drakthar. Pays teleported in the culling close, getting killed with Faker.
Faker again trying to get one.
This guy's Silas, unreal!
Oh.
10 kills on the board.
Let's go! Oh, double kill for Pays, but still, it's Faye as well.
Yo, this Faker guy is kind of good. He's just styling on him. 10-0. Continues to find the fights. He's either
I totally forgot that I
starting it as he did there against Drakthar, and T1 they just don't want
You
to stop.
stopped me, huh?
Yeah. Glory has no ult.
I totally forgot that I got to
flagged.
climb like the emerald. Yeah, I almost forgot that because that time I do have a duo and he's like a good duo. Like he's super good. His jungle main, but when we play, he plays ADC and his pick rank is
more than that.
Yeah, T1 went a little bit too crazy there.
Grandmaster,
Keep fighting. But 2 kills
he can carry me
to get Gam back in this game, as you say, Jake. Although
yes, he's good.
They are
it's not
be able
me,
to pick up
it's
the Cloud
him.
Dragon now spawning in 5 seconds, with Owner and Carrier still being dead. So that is a silver lining.
2 dragons for Gam, and all they need now is to kill the king. 2 items here.
That's a tough task, especially.
He has 1,000 gold, Jack. 1,000 gold is his shutdown. And you're telling me it's a tough task.
Yeah, Owner is able to make it in time to the Drake. Unfortunately for Gam, they just didn't quite have the damage.
Here he comes, inevitable as always. As
Okay,
has an
Faker is here!
Once again, the
wants to get all of the Gam players.
The job. He makes it
Not
11.
one.
He's got a reset.
Can he get the
last
last
one? He goes to
one?
the camps instead. Thinks, hang on, who else
Okay,
is
he's
here?
looking for more.
Chain lash into the abyss. But it's not needed. He already found the blood, and now he corners off the top laner of Gam.
T1 want to keep going. They want to take down Kiaya. They have 4.
Everyone in the kitchen seeing just wait for the chains to connect once again. Grim Deliverance going to get him out of dodge, but Faker finds his number. This guy has Bluetooth on his E button. Cataclysm to finish the job. Doran to take one more. T1 are inevitable again.
T1 are just diving them. They're dominating.
I mean,
it's impossible for Gam to find
Look
any respite as now Artemis wants to make a play on the pace. Yes,
Seraphine Encore going to come through, and the spell shield is enough as well. Trackstar gets a shutdown.
Oh, okay. It's my skill.
Gam are finding
something.
Some plays. Yeah. Some plays, but it's an uphill battle here, as they have yet to take down Faker and...
oh no, Cutling going to come out. Artemis at melee range, needs help from Taki, going to be blocked. Chain Lash though is He's trying to set records again at Chain Lash. He's taking
Faker just showing us
down.
why he is
Owner
the
comes
GOAT.
in to save Grace's Faker.
Double kill, can we get a triple kill? But no, he got taken down by Ari.
Faker's skin on Glory. Owner trying to cut away. Dreaded return brings him back in. Orb Deception is enough damage. With a bit more gold going to Gam, T1 lose about 2,000.
Okay, a pretty big gold swing for Gam here, as they were able to finally take down Faker. Faker got a little bit overeager. He was stuck under tower, got CC chained, and they were able to take him down. And we'll see if it's able to make the difference here, as now Taki might be in trouble.
Taki, dredge line doesn't get him the right way. Pays corners off his escape carriers on top of him. His Alistar has been so big this game, and it's still a T1 glazing session, but because of the way they've been playing. Taki, but he's saved by Carrier with the TP coming out, the flash as well. Carrier is going to pull himself out with the Unbreakable Will. The stunner from Pays, nicely done.
I felt a bit personal from Carrier. He just flashed to kill the 0-6 Nautilus.
He wanted a piece of the action.
The fact that he bumped him over the wall, he was like,
you can't get away now.
You're not getting away.
No. Herald's still up. This is a 34 kill game in 17 minutes. It's not even Baron yet, as T1 control top. Is Doran dead?
Doran is not dead. Faker is here to cover him.
Okay.
Oh my god. Here he comes. Doran, slowed down. Strike breaker. Here's Faker. The chain's going to be blocked. Paranoia. Stolen, but not used.
Faker wants
Faker, though, with the Paranoia, would be so deadly.
Marb, like...
In the side lanes and wherever he goes, honestly.
I heard of it, but I haven't played it. It's like a mobile game, and I
face right now. They need
really
to rely
on my phone.
On a CC chain so that he cannot get the healing, because if he gets those Kingslayers off, he's going to be healing just way too much for Gam to be able to deal with.
So, Gam, 5,000 gold in the hole right now. Glory got a lot of gold to net Lichbane, and now they're looking for Owner. They're set up there with Cataclysm. Artemis layers him down and peppers him with the color.
Hayes
can't help it now. Owner caught out again, and this for T1 has been a recurring theme so far of the tournament, but more so here in this game, it's starting to build.
Gam does have a lot of damage in their team comp. When they're able to layer that Ari ultimate and the Nocturne Paranoia, they're able to
I'm not sure what is
so
the game.
much so fast that Owner is not prepared for it.
Maybe
now Doran wants to go for the 1v1, use
I'm
it
not
up.
sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a skirmishing chaos frenzy here in this game. Slice and Dice going to be used. Kiai going to try to
Doran
get
with
out
a
without the
solo kill. Oh,
close to dying, but he does not. Kiai teleports out, and Doran can't get the kill.
Still though, EP used from Kiai here. We'll see if they can try to transition that into a Baron pressure in the next 1 minute. I would assume that T1 is looking to try to do this Baron Nashor on spawn. The only thing is they don't have great damage on the Baron Nashor.
Faker using that because the hijack is timing out. So he's just going to reset it. Also just confuse maybe Gam a little bit more as he backs away, and Faker sitting on a Seekers now. So Zonya's going to be the third item here. As so far for this guy, it has been, I would say, I can't say generational gaming because that is just false. That's so much BS when Faker has many generational games. But it is a doozy right now where Faker is hard carrying along with the setup from T1. Dredge line, he doesn't have Dominance available to shoot it, he's dead. Gamma getting creative, and it is working.
Okay.
Gamma have so much burst.
Gam's trying to pick up T1 one by one.
Or give up the Infernal Dragon. Knowing T1 and knowing this game,
just
I think
so
they want to try to fight
they
the
can
like, he's going to get the wave and then pick
close the gap.
He's got a lot to choose from here as Gam moving to the River Tucky using the blast cone to try and get an angle, and Jack Dragon begins.
We'll have to see here. Faker's off on the flank, but Glory is trying to watch him here, trying to get the charm.
Faker, who's he going to find? We go to the POV cam. He's in the bottom of the fight looking for an ulti to steal. He'll chain lash in. The Encore comes through as well. Darkness for the time being because T1 have numbers advantage in this choke. Depth charge taken.
Faker got taken down.
Can find the fight, even though T1 is so far ahead.
My God, what happened there, T1?
Charm, but not the game here. He sends out an Orb of Deception, finds a kill. Owner runs for his life with a Herald, but Glory has a reset. and the charm. All he
Oh
needs
no,
to find
no.
he does,
And
a
just
great
like
line
that,
Gam take all, but
there's
one
now
to the death now,
like
and
a
this game's still
1k
going.
gold
And
difference
Gam gets
between
passed.
Gam and
T1
T1.
with a mega throw here. They get two
If
cocky.
T1 lost, I'm going to slip in the
singular
sound.
dragon for Gam.
I don't think
4
so,
versus
but
5. They think that they're way too strong. Faker has no
you know,
time to
T1,
press the
they
Seekers.
love to show us
He goes down, and I
like
want to see if Doran can try to get
close
something
games,
in the
then
back end.
maybe
Dominant.
they're
He gets over the
intentionally
wall.
not.
He's
I'm not saying that.
1v5 at the time being. Baron goes down, but the bodies are going to drop for Gam. Doran into 5 doesn't care. He'll take
Faker.
one for the next. Faker looking for the depth charge. He won't get the reset here on Kiaya. He gets the next depth charge on Artemis. He will die. Baron for 3, and Doran took on the world.
That
Heroic play
will
from Doran
happen
here to
if you get the
T1
Baron
back in the gold
and
lead.
you're facing
Takes
T1.
down 3, removes
You can
the
get the
power
Baron,
play
but
for
they're
Gam.
going
And it
to
puts T1 firmly in the driver's seat here. We'll
destroy
have to
you
see if they
all.
can try to siege or do anything with 3 dead from Gam.
Now, this is not a clean game. This is not perfect League of Legends, but hot damn if it's not spice. 43 kills in 21 minutes. What do you reckon, Jack?
A lot of kills.
I think we're going for more.
I think we're going for a lot more kills. At this rate, I don't think I need to be talking too much. You can do all the talking.
Bro, I'm not going to be done. I'm not going to be here for the rest of the days at this rate. Let's look at the replay. Which one is this? The Doran versus the Calamity.
So much AoE damage here from Doran. With the Dominus, with the Q, with the Stride Breaker. He's able to take down the Nocturne, take down the Nautilus, and then Faker takes down the Lucian in the back end.
So where are we at? What actually matters in this game, Jack? What the hell are we talking about now?
I mean, what we've seen is that Gam have incredibly high burst. So if T1 make a mistake, if one person makes a misstep, doesn't matter if it's Dorn, if it's Owner. I think the only person is Keria who can live for a little bit longer, but the rest of them die so damn fast that if Gam is able to pull it off, they can just one-shot someone and then win the fight. So it really comes down to execution. You want T1 to be the ones engaging first, because if they're engaging first, then it's really hard for Gam to coordinate their Nocturne, their Ahri, their Zahan, all together to go on the same target. While if Gam get that preparation time, get to use that Paranoia with the Spirit Fox Glory, they can be the one one-shotting a member from T1 and starting the fight on their own terms.
3,000 gold is what separates T1 from Gam, and a comeback to move to a Game 3 in an elimination best of 3 at EWC 2026. Gam, unspeakable horrors of what we're going to await them with the Silas moving into now 14 kills, right? But the fact that they're back in this game, the fact that T1 made so many mistakes. To Gam's credit, that shotgun, when does it go, or rather when does it get played out next? As Gam using the Baron buff to try and get some gold here. They are down in power play because they lost 3 members after it, but still, they've stagnated the game, Jack.
Yep. And also, like, Pace has the Magi at 0 stacks.
True.
So that feels pretty bad for him. As well, Faker, he was sitting on the 10-stack Dark Seal. He was forced to sell that.
Yep.
While it's actually Glory now with the 10-stack Magi's himself. So a lot of throws here for T1. That has definitely cost them a lot, but they are still ahead, make no doubt.
Doran's going to get ganked here. Is it a window for Gam? He slices some dice within, dodges away and gets back out. Glory looking for the dive or potential damage, but he'll just take the
Glory
instead.
wants to dive
All
it
the
again,
attention
but
from T1 right now is focused around this mid lane.
Wait,
Faker
there's
is
like
solo
now
leveling up in that
full
top lane.
Gam
He's
players.
taking the turret here, and Jack, this
on
is going to be a
bot,
trade for
so
Gam. Gold is going to be shared,
Doran
yes,
needs
but
to
Faker
go
getting in the
back.
turret is obviously going to be more worth.
Yeah, Faker getting even further ahead here. He's going to be looking to complete that Sonya's once he finally bases. And what we talked about earlier in the Champ Select, well, I like the T1 comp more.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize how much damage Gam would have, to be honest. Because what I thought was they really could only go on the Seraphine, and if they ever went on the Jarvan, the Renekton, the Silas, it would be hard for them to win the fight. But what we've seen is, as long as they have a little bit of distance between the T1 carries, they can blow someone up in 2-3 seconds so fast that the rest of T1 can actually not react. And now Doran is pretty deep here, but he's going to be fine. As T1 want to get full control of this Infernal Dragon.
Chain's not going to connect. Infernal Dragon will be number 2 for T1. Gam get this, they move to Soul Point. does feel like a nail biter that could be beneficial, but are they going to go for the mid turret instead, try and open up their map? It seems like 4 members going to at least get the mid push here as T1. It's Faker trying to find the chains. It's Pays matching the wave clear with Faker clearing the rest. T1 are going to be in this Dragon area first.
T1 holding control. Gam need to find some way to break their formation. Taki can't really face check. They're having Kiaya do it.
Pays with the damage as well. Kiaya takes a little bit, not too much to speak of though. Drakthar has an angle. Not being spotted out. They know there's a control wall there. They're thinking, where is this Nocturne? Paranoia turns the lights off at 2K. Carrier face checking, looking for the engage. Depth charge in. Up T1, get the Drake. Owner teleports a little bit weirdly as Carrier's already jumped on in with the breakable wheel. Kiaya now has a Grim Deliverance. Perfect AoE. And as Drakthar just walks into melee range, T1, are they losing this fight? I'm looking. I'm seeing Fake get dead. Doran heals up for the time being though. Trying to carry the rest of it. Well, meanwhile, Owner gets some autos down. Pays lives for a little bit, but it's not enough. T1 have thrown it all in the sink as Gam find themselves Deliverance.
And Gam have out team fought T1 in the 5v5. T1 pick up the Drake, but Gam pick up 5 kills for 3. They're gonna get the mid tower. They're gonna push him both to get that as well. And finally, they will equalize the game with the goal.
I want T1 to win this.
But apparently the Ari could. Gam are going to move to inner turrets now, both in mid and bot. So much gold on the menu, and it's going to be equalized even more so. Gam are going to find themselves in a gold lead for the first time this game, and Baron is coming up in 10 seconds as we look at this one replay.
And T1, while they were able to get the Drake, Carrier goes too deep. You see here, he has the ultimate active, but he flashes in to try to get onto Artemis, but Artemis has the flash cleanse. He can get out, and now Carrier has no ult. He ends up falling, and this Sahen is doing so much, healing so much, and just wrecking havoc in the back line here for Gam.
As you said, shotgun. Trigger pulled by Gam. Flush away from the charm is not enough. Seraphine, the only one left alive. That is a rough fight for T1. Faker died at the start of it. And Jack, we could be going to 3.
We could be going to 3, and it feels like a lot of this is due to T1's hubris, I must say.
Yes, I think very much
They decided
so.
to continue fighting no matter what. They never wanted to put on the brakes. Even the 4 versus 5, when Doran got caught, they still wanted to keep fighting. And it has cost them dearly now in a 51 kill, 27-minute game. Gold is completely equal.
We need
2 Drakes apiece. It really all comes down to execution at this point, but you can see how strong this Sahen is now. This Sahen has outscaled this Renekton. It's going to do a lot more in these team fights, and it's becoming harder and harder for Faker. Even though he has 14 kills, he's down in gold.
He is indeed. Somehow, Faker down in gold is hilarity. T1 here in this game for a lot of their fans, it's going to be hilarity and disappointment for them. If T1 go to a Game 3, they'll be one step away from Gam eliminating them. Gam's already beaten MKOI. The story of this tournament is that the number 3 seed from EU couldn't put up a fight against Gam, who, remember, they didn't actually qualify through here. They're part of the organization, Jack. So they're not the best the region sent. But Gam are here, nonetheless, putting up a fight against T1 of all teams.
They're here to play.
Very respectable, yes.
Putting up a much bigger fight than Team Secret.
Oh, yes.
So a great showing from Gam thus far. A really competitive game 1 yesterday against T1. And taking down MKOI, as you said, Jake. And now a great game 2 from them as well. Off the back of the Gam top side. Really stellar performance. But we'll have to see how T1 can navigate these later fights now. As Faker's advantage has evaporated. He needs to be able to find a flank or a great ultimate takeaway to be able to make the difference in the fights. But we've just seen him get continuously CC chained and taken down too quickly for T1 to be able to manage. But Doran looks like he might be caught.
Yeah, he's super deep here. Doesn't have the flash available. A 3-item Croc has to run. Gam aren't going to commit resources to it, though. And Faker also has the TP. That would have exploded with Pays being able to join as well. They back away. Dragon's up in a minute. 2 apiece. 3rd means everything. Baron there also, but that's an afterthought, I feel like, right now. Dragon seems so important in the game. We're Infernal for a shotgun comp. Cannot be given.
Yeah, you see T1 now. They're keeping in the mid lane. They want to get full control of this Dragon here. And Gam was able to break their formation in the last fight. And now they're tasked with doing it again. As Faker's basing on a ward here, this could be the timer that Gam wants.
Maybe it's a bait. Paranoia going to be used. He runs away with the chains, jumps back in. Paranoia in response as well. Encore not bad. Faker will take one. Glory is down. Tractor up next as well. Gets in the background. It's Grim Deliverance on Kiaya. He's in the middle of 3, but with the flag and Dragon Faker healthy. I think Gam has gone too far. A double for the GOAT. That's 3 with the Dread of Return. Yes. Kiaya with the GA. Yes. But will he live? You know the answer's got to be no. As Cataclysm brings him down, he's going to try and Ori rush out of there, but a flag and Dragon. He takes so long to die. As he resurrects at full HP, Faker's going to try again. He brings those chains right into his infernal face. Dread of Return on back. Somehow, some way, this champion's in the game. Grim Deliverance, though. Faker will finish the job after doing 9,500 damage.
And both top laners were absolute raid bosses in this team fight. Doran takes out the Gam bot lane, while Kiaya bought so much time for Gam, but it was not enough. T1, they ace Gam, they're gonna pick up the Infernal Dragon, they're gonna get the mid tower, and they're gonna be looking to set up this Baron Nashor.
But is the game over? No, definitely not. I don't trust it. Jack, I definitely don't trust this 58 kill game as we look at the replay. And that 10k damage came purely, I think, from Kiaya and a little bit of the jungler.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great engagement with Pace, but it takes so long for Pace to die. They actually got to one-shot Glory with the Nautilus ult that Faker took. That could have been the difference maker for Gam. If Glory's able to live there longer, take down Pace, it's a whole different fight. And then Kiaya's left to 1v3. And he's a scary guy. He can 1v3. He flashes onto Keria. He buys so much time. He's nearly able to take down Faker with the healing, with the damage, with the dashes. But Faker is able to survive on incredibly low HP and take down Kiaya here at the end.
And at this point in the game, he heals up to full pretty much. So they got to do it again. It's like a second phase of the boss, Jack, and you're like, oh my god, he's got the same HP.
The raid boss has 2 phases.
Yeah. Oh, Cullen going to come through, caught out. Is Faker? No. Not quite at half HP. Gam in their 4-man entirety, hover around, or rather 5 through mid. T1 have an angle up in top side. They're going to look for the push up there, maybe, or to steal camp. Remember, Baron is the only objective up now, so that
Faker
does feel like the game on side. Yep.
Faker just lost his flash in that play. He's not going to have that up and available, but T1, they don't care. They're starting the Nash. Faker's TPing in. T1 want to fight.
What ult is he going to steal? Hijack up and available. Carrier with an angle. Gam move in through this side brush. It's Draktar with the lights to turn off. It's Doran with an angle spotted out. He's got Len, so he knows Kiaya is there at the back line as well at 8k. Carrier starts it off. Onan looking for his angle. The encore not too bad as well. Onto Kiaya. He's versus Doran. Onan tries to jump in and they dive Artemis to the dirt. Meanwhile, Pace is dealing with Taki while I'm watching Faker glide through with Glory's ultimate. We're going to do this again. Kiaya's going to resurrect, but instead of 3 this time,
T1, end it, so I can
quicker. And T1's team fighting when it comes to the tooth and nail of the game is going to be better.
At T1, they start the Nashor. They know they have the advantage with the ultimates, the Gam burn trying to take down Faker. And with that, they seal Gam's fate. They're going to get the ace. They're looking to end this game, running down mid. And what better way to do it? With 20 kills for the GOAT himself.
It was messy. It was convoluted, but 20 kills for Faker. I'm not going to say this is a generational game from him, Jack, but I am going to say that he still started this, and now he'll finish it. Next start number 1, and then 2. Faker ends with 20 kills on his Silas. Still the GOAT, always will be. T1 survive elimination, survive Gam.
Let's go.
And continue to the elimination bracket at EWC 26.
Alright, that's it, people. Thank you so much for watching.
I mean, always the
really
Silas. It's a pick he's known for. It's a pick he's made the difference on. I'm brought back to BLG versus T1 World Finals 2024 Game 4.
Oh, yeah.
Where he had the incredible Silas play on mid lane to win that best of 5 and win that World's Finals, and it feels like a player that